Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sons of Kojima podcast, episode 77. Glad you all can make it. My name is Freddy Fazfuck, and I am being joined with a panel of many mentally ill motherfuckers. First of all, we've got the loser of the bet himself, Mr. Loophole.
Hey, listen up, man.
Uh-oh.
I did not lose that bet. That bet is still going on. We still got a week, bitch.
And within a week, you're gonna lose it. Next up, we have the ice guy, Mr. Moogle.
What's going on, guys?
We've got the connoisseur of Assassin's Creed himself, Mr. Kamasubu.
Hey everyone.
We've got the guy that likes to be on his PS4 a lot, Mr. Kaz.
What's up?
And we've got the faggot himself, Fred Fucks.
Um.
Uh,
Fuck you. Didn't think I was gonna get slandered that badly. Jesus Christ! Everybody else got off easy.
I did not get off fucking easy.
What the hell, man? Ridiculous. Unbelievable. I'm
Ridiculous.
speechless. Speechless to see
Fred
this stuff.
fucks it up.
Unbelievable. So, all right. Hi, guys. Welcome to the 77th edition of the Sons of Kojima podcast, the SoKast for short. And, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the gameplay footage, all right, I need to show you guys something very important. Now, this was very important to us to be able to do this. I'm going to go ahead and flip this on here for you guys. All right. So here we are. We've got a poll. This was important to us. We wanted to know what the people thought. Should we talk about DSP tonight? See, over the course of the week, I'd gotten hundreds of messages. Oh, Fred. I almost said Phil. I don't even know what I'm thinking here. Fred, are you guys going to talk about Phil? Oh, Fred, you know, there's Phil things going on in the world. Oh, Fred, we need to know about Phil. And you guys basically put a gun to our heads. And here we are. I don't know what to say. You know, we do our best to, you know, to do things for you guys. And this episode we feel powerless, you know, it's as though we have to, you know, go out of our way to talk about Phil and the antics this episode, but never let it be said that this was our decision. This was your guys' fault. I mean, your guys' choice. And, you know, we have nothing to do with it. So this is just putting it out there. You know, we didn't want to talk about Phil, right? We just want to do our own thing, talk about gaming and entertainment and, you know, provide you raw, uncut podcasts. But every now and then, the people speak. And we have to oblige. So, this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about DSP. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about the results of this poll?
It's like having a knife to my throat. I can't make my own decisions. None of us can. We're forced to do this. Not a big fan of it.
I mean, the planets aligned. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were done. You weren't done.
What the fuck?
It was rigged. Okay, that poll
Yeah.
was rigged. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but, you know, the poll is obviously, we voted, you know, it was the Phil fans. The Phil fans, they went out and they rigged this poll so that we'd have to talk about Phil so then they can have something to complain about after the fact. Crazy, huh?
Fucking rigged, man.
Yeah. So
Fine.
that's where we're at, and you know, it's kind of sad, but you know, nothing we could do, right? So there's there's the explanation and the blame for why we're going to talk about Phil tonight. Anyways, all jokes aside, thank you guys very much for showing up for this. We've got a lot of shit to talk about and a lot of shit to be thankful for, of course, as every week. Last week was the birthday bash, and just wanted to start by saying thank you guys very much for coming to celebrate that with us and all the people that came on to talk with us. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet some new people, and I was very touched. You know, we really appreciate when people, you know, come out and participate and share these things with us, because it'd be boring if it was just us. So, all right, let's get into things. What do you think, guys? Should we go chronological? I mean, there's so much shit to talk about, right? Somebody, I believe it was, somebody came up with something really good. They called it the Phil effect, where Phil will do shit near the podcast. I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to like scan through my notifications and figure out who said that. But yeah, lo and behold, every podcast, before we start, Phil does some chicanery. So
Oh, I know who said that. I remember the tweet. I think it was Cantus Monk that said that.
oh, good old Blake Jr. Diet
Yeah.
Blake. Awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I remember him. Yeah. I remember that tweet.
Shout out to Cantus Monk 619. I think that's the numbers.
Yeah.
Is that
Boyaka Boyaka.
Uh-huh.
Is it 619?
Yes.
He's Rey Mysterio Jr.?
619, yeah.
He's Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking
So-
hate Rey Mysterio.
Wow. Explain this. Let's start with this. Why do you
Rey
dislike?
Mysterio, he's so lame.
He's so mysterious.
He's so lame. Here's the thing, though. I'm not into wrestling, but I have a wrestling DVD of Rey Mysterio, the biggest little man. Fucking terrible. He is just stupid. He's shit. The theme song is stupid. The elimination match he had with the other guy, terrible.
That
all
that one match he had with that guy was fucking.
They're from
Unbelievable.
2006. I don't remember who it was. I don't give a shit about wrestling, but fuck Rey Mysterio and his stupid ass. Oh, name is La Nacho Libre. Oh, I'm real badass.
La
oh,
Nacho.
619.
La Nacho.
Nacho Libre.
You understand how
Fucking
these-
piece of shit.
You understand how these words are incompatible, right? La, the feminine pronoun, and Nacho, the masculine noun. You're supposed to combine. It's El Nacho. Like
Well,
El Nino.
Nacho Libre is a movie.
Yeah, but it's not La Nacho.
Fuck La Nachos.
Alright.
Just nachos.
Yeah. La Loophole.
Nah,
that?
but just quick little rant. Fuck Rey Mysterio.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for that. All right. Well, let's sort of scan through the viewer doc. Those are going to be kind of in chronological order, or should we start with the super spicy drama?
Then you get the spiciness.
Ooh. All right. So, people tuning in, we're gonna cut straight. See, we wanted to waste a couple minutes to talk about ourselves, you know, before we got to the topic at hand here. I mean, we're willing to take notes and grow as entertainers, I guess you would say, content producers. So there's a lot to get into. First of all, if you guys are not aware, there's some scandal going on with Toby.
Tony.
Hey, yo, Tony.
Tony Turber.
Tony Turner.
Tony Turner.
Tony the Tiger. So
Rape is great.
yeah. Well, at this point, all we can say is that there are allegations aplenty, and I mean, not really something we want to go too far into. I mean, women have made accusations. People have corroborated these personal flaws of his. Hopefully this gets investigated, right? So that way, I actually, personally, I'd like to see an investigation. That way, you know, if it turns out to be nothing, then this sort of gets resolved. And if it turns out to be something, then it gets resolved. So, yeah, I mean, anything else is kind of just speculation, right? I mean, but the thing here is Phil's flip-floppery. So, let me give you guys a little bit of a timeline here. We're going to go to the forums. We're going to start here with a thread made by DML 897. I don't know, the equivalent of an egg account. And he wanted to start the thread going towards the, informing the people that this happened. So, of course, here comes KG, whatever. Another idiot, more stuff, and kind of mixed on this guy. This guy's alright, I guess. This guy's kind of annoying. This guy's the worst. No opinion, idiot, no opinion. No opinion. I don't know a lot of these people, so I don't want to slander them in mass. This guy. So we go through all this until Phil finally responds, and he puts down a wall of text. It wouldn't be relevant for me to read all of this, but essentially talks about his interactions. The only thing that this guy really has to offer to the discussion is back in 2011 or whatever, he had ads on my channel for Madden, and I fucking told him take the shits down because I don't like it, because you're fake and you're a fraud and you're only doing this for money, unlike a real gamer like me. So, I made a video and it went viral, got 100K views, and then it ended up being that Toby tweeted me and was like, I'll take it down, and then he didn't fucking follow up with me. Right, I wanted to talk, and he didn't talk, but he took it down anyway. So fuck him. And this is the important part. I'll read this part. Anyway, this whole new thing coming out has nothing to do with me, and I have no desire to get caught up in any kind of unnecessary drama. Lord knows I have enough bullshit of my own to deal with on a daily basis, and I don't need more. I never do anything about Tony. God, I keep calling him Tony. I never do anything about Toby Turner outside of the above, and I'd like to keep it that way. That's my final thought on the subject. Thanks. Now, this is Monday. Late Sunday night, early Monday morning. His original opinion and thought on the matter was, I don't care, and that's it. Now, usually, for him to make a declarative statement like that, that's the end of it, right? Oh, the Patreon money was, it was reallocated. You didn't get your refunds. That's my final thought on the subject. There's no amount of prodding or pushing that will get him to then, take that back and continue on. But we go through the thread and more shenanigans. Somebody posted that. Videos aplenty, yada, 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 speculation. Page 2, other stuff, speculation. Walls of text, speculation, yada, yada, yada. And here, Phil responds again. I'll read this one. It's nice and short. I'll do it in my regular voice. The Phil one is kind of aggravating. Still wondering why anyone cares. Unless you were an ex-fan of his, how is this anyone's business exactly? I mean, maybe you feel guilty if you were an avid viewer of his for years or something, but this is literally nobody's business but his and the people making the accusations against him. The only decision you need to make is, if you're a fan of his, and can you continue to be a fan even with the allegations? Why people seem to love to mix the personal with the business, I have no idea. They do it all the time with me too. And I'm still utterly confused. So, there's this thread. I've already given my final take, but this thread is popular. Oh, I might see some interest brewing here. And the gears start turning for Mr. Phil. All right, this here, I guess, is the hundreds of people that really wanted him to talk. So then he goes and makes a poll. Which should I put out tomorrow night? React to a movie trailer? Impressions on RNC? Ratchet and Clank? Or I'm not gonna say his name anymore because I keep saying Tony.
Say Tobuscus.
React to Toby Turner.
What are you gonna say? Tonebuscus? Say Tobuscus. Tonuscus. Say Tobuscus.
Tobuscus?
Yeah, that's his YouTube name.
All right.
Should be easy.
Tobuscus.
You don't have to be. You don't have to.
Even he's
Say it with.
prophesize.
Yeah, you gotta say it with emphasis.
Tobuscus.
Toez.
Toez. Tobuscus.
Toescus.
Call him Toez.
Toez. He's Toez.
Toez
now.
Turner.
Yeah, Toez Turner. Timmy Turner. All right, so Timmy Turner.
Babies!
46% tell him to react to Timmy Turner. And
Alrighty.
Ash says the USA has too many rapists. Apparently, I don't. Does he live in the U.S.? Because I mean, rape. Walls of text. So there's the poll. Phil didn't even take take credit for the poll on the forums where this all originated from. This guy. I'm not gonna start. Idiots. Stupid stuff. All right, Phil again responds. Let's see. Has Phil even if can he add anything? So someone asked can he add anything? And he says after the fact, I sure think I did. I haven't heard a single person making a video like this one I just made. You'll see once it's live. So he just finished it. Back to the scene of the crime. People yakking.
I like that he's hyping it too.
I know.
It was the best thing ever.
All right, so that should end the forum antics on this side. All right, so I'm sure you guys have seen the video in its entirety. For those of us on the panel, your thoughts on the Toby Turner drama video?
Where is his opinion, TBH?
Ooh.
You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't care.
Oh. Wow.
I don't care.
Wow.
But I'm gonna make a 30-minute video about it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, I actually right before we sort of break down the video in itself, I just want to give a visual representation of what this video was. Let me put this on screen here. All right. So you can see here on my Vegas timeline that there are multiple sections. And I put this on Twitter with sort of just a breakdown of what each section was. So here, let me grab my... All right. So here is just a general intro sort of saying, oh, the people demanded it, and I got hundreds of... Oh, no lie. All the shit, right? Then here in the second section, he talks just a brief summary. Just people have talked allegations, yada, yada. Then, and these are all separated by jump cuts, by the way. So they are... He logically put these together as sections. This third section, this long fucking section, the majority of this video, is his history with Toby Turner. Talking shit, telling him, oh, he fucking is a fraud. He made his gaming channel because he thought he could cash in. He tried to fuck me over, and I'm the little guy, and they fucked me over and put ads on my shit, yada, yada, yada. Fourth section, this little section here, just talks about the accusations. He then segues into section 5 to talk about himself. To talk about how, these girls that were allegedly drugged and raped. Well, I mean, fuck that shit. We need to talk about me and how this situation is a lot like what happens to me. Poor me. Philip. You need to talk about this. Fuck the rape and whatever else. It's me that's important. Then, the sixth section, this little section here, is his actual opinion on the topic. Where he just says, you shouldn't care. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Let's talk about me. Seventh section ends off with talking about himself and talking some shit on the detractors. By the way, all of this had shit talk about the detractors. So now that everyone has a visual representation of what this video was actually about, guys' thoughts on the actual video.
I'd like to take 5 minutes to talk about the fact that he actually took a pot shot at John Rambo and Howard. Isn't that a little ridiculous?
Ooh, you want to get into that one, huh?
It's really fucking ridiculous.
It's funny.
Just for no goddamn reason, out of nowhere. What? I don't know what went through his head when he decided, oh yeah, let's take a pot shot at these guys that were doing nothing but trying to help him throughout whatever his fucking career and shit. And then he goes and does this shit when they wanted to explain themselves. Mm-hmm. And of course, Phil being Phil, playing victim, decides to make it just like it's something like the detractors would do. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
let me actually play this clip. I didn't know you were going to bring it up. So let me actually grab this clip and I'll play it for you guys. Here you go. Short little impromptu clip playing. Here you go.
Yeah, it's just that's the one thing that like irked me when I heard that.
All right, let's
I
play
was
it.
like flipping through the video and got to that part.
People who have presented half fucking truths and completely blindsided me and never brought shit up with me in person, yet choose to come out in these crazy ass drama filled videos. All of a sudden, a startling revelation. Phil is a horrible person. Let's destroy his reputation for an hour and a fucking half with no recourse and no way for me to even respond to it. I'm the victim of the same fucking
Wow, ladies and gentlemen. He says he's the victim of the same thing. So apparently, if I understand this correctly, Phil is using the term victim to describe the situation, but the recipient of accusations.
He's doing a good job at describing himself.
He was, and as Eddie points out, he was going to respond. He was told by his level-headed supporters not to respond because it was going to make him look worse and it was going to maybe extend this shit on. So he just had to like take the loss, and I don't know if he called them in private. We don't know, but the fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. That was the one thing that really irked me. As far as the whole Toby thing, I actually genuinely don't really care. I never really liked Toby myself for obvious reasons. This whole thing kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say it doesn't surprise me. I just think it's like kind of out of the blue that this person, this one individual, this girl on Tumblr decides to wait 3 years and then like makes this whole thing about it. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's just completely out of the blue. So it's really weird to me. In this whole situation, I feel like it was just created to cause drama, but I don't know the people personally, so I couldn't really tell you.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Phil wasn't going, oh, Toby Turner is getting what he deserves for sabotaging my business.
Yeah, that fucking video is a goddamn mess.
It's a mess, and
Yeah.
what it boils down to, some people on Twitter didn't understand the joke I was trying to pull with the poll, but essentially what it is, Phil knew that he wanted to make that video, and he knew that if he put the poll out that people were going to vote for it, but he wanted to distance himself from making the decision to talk about it because he knew that he was going to go on there and he was going to talk about someone's personal business, and he knew what he was going to do. Essentially, 10% of that video was on topic. The rest of it was about himself and how he was wronged and, you know, fucking, Toby Turner is a fucking this, that. And it just, what it boils down to is he wanted to have, like, some deniability, right? Like, I mean, I had to talk about it. My fans held the gun to my head and, you know, they'd kill me if I didn't talk about it, you know? It's completely out of my hands to talk about this. So, but then when he makes a video about it, monetizes it, right? He says that he didn't want to monetize it. He monetizes it.
He did it anyway.
He's talking shit about people who monetize drama. What did he do? He monetized drama. This could have been, dude, he could have made a 30-second Twitter video and just said, no one, dude, he could have encapsulated everything with a 30-second Twitter video. And that would have been it.
Well, considering how long he goes on tangents, you think he's going to fill up that 30 seconds?
Wow.
He's going to go way past that.
No, he just wanted to make this video to make it about himself, you know, to play the victim, to make his to guilt trip his followers, you know, into defending him and doing shit for him.
And as Borjin points out, the video has 3 ads. 3 ads. So there's a beginning ad, a mid ad, and then like a, you know, sort of in the end.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's a good thing I have ad
gross.
block on.
It's just gross. And the fact that he would make a video about it knowing that that was all he had to offer to the discussion was nobody should be talking about it, like, well, that includes you then, Phil. Like, you can't go on there and say nobody should talk about it and then break it down. Like, us, we don't really care. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. But again, we're not gonna fucking promote the video like monetized and all this other kind of shit. Like, he literally made a buck off of Tony the Tiger. So.
But he's not being desperate, of course. He's just trying to save his floundering business by talking about relevant shit.
What are you talking about? The whole video was him being desperate for the attention.
It comes off as very desperate.
It's funny, too, because he said on his forums that he wasn't even going to talk about it. But, of course, I need the views, so I need to make a video.
Mm-hmm. That's what it boils down to. Let me read you guys some comments. Shout out to Centurions. Or, sorry, Centurions. So at Centurion Star sent me like a compilation of comments here. Here's one of them. By Pants Stanley. These are comments from the video. I'm assuming they're gone now. Pants Stanley. So here's the video in a nutshell. Quote, "You made me do this. You voted for this. So Toby had these accusations made against him. So here's how he screwed me over. I'm actually the real victim here. He doesn't deserve what he has. Okay, fine. I'm jealous of Toby Turner. Why not DSP? Why not me? Oh yeah. Some females said some bad stuff about Toby. Everyone is talking about it, so people say bad things about me, too. I'm actually the victim here. My reputation is forever tarnished by these stupid people who make things up. People who say bad things about me are mean. Okay, so yeah. Toby, who cares? Just focus on me. The end." 42 thumbs up.
I mean, here's the thing. When people say mean shit about Phil, it's usually because it's true.
Mm-hmm. 42 thumbs up on this one. Bush Fries. Quote, "You shouldn't make money off of drama. Then why is the video monetized, you cunt?" 41 thumbs up on that one. Next one. Timestamp. That John Rambo Howard reference. Fans of both DSP and Rambo. And finally, by normal difficulty, "You somehow managed to take a story about a woman possibly being drugged and raped and turn it into a 24-minute video complaining about your own problems and whining about how you've been treated." That's the kill shot right there. It really puts things in perspective. And Phil was sort of getting it on the forums too. Let me see if I can track those down. I think they might have been deleted by now. But yeah, this sort of blew up in his face.
You should have expected that.
I don't know.
Honestly, and I kind of sat there like for a little bit when he made that poll, and I was like, I hope the guy doesn't plan on using that Toby video to like talk about himself. Boy, I think he summed it up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking stupid. It's really fucking stupid. Like this real sensitive topic that is thrown out there, and then he makes it all about himself. Like, what a fucking shitbag you have to be to do that shit.
Yeah. Can you imagine just the average person tuning into that video and seeing that he made it about himself?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I'm sure there's people that already came across and thought the same thing. You know, like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
Here's a comment from the forums by SoCal Witness. "Did Phil really just make a 23-minute video about himself and spent a minute on the actual title of the video? He literally talked about his history with TOBYKAST, started to make a point about accusations and drama, then lost his train of thought and started to talk about his issues, put down the bombshell of, I don't give a fuck and you shouldn't either, and then immediately reverted back to himself. I think during the process of making this video, Phil cared so little about the topic, he forgot what he was supposed to talk about at several points of the video. Well, he did say nobody made a video like that yet."
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. I mean, that was his, that was his sort of, I don't want to say advertisement, but he said that in the lead up. He's talked about, no one's made a video like this yet. I'm gonna really show you guys how it's done and shit. Like, I don't know.
I think as far as things go, for people that actually know the guy that made videos, I definitely have to I definitely have to say Philip DeFranco really hit the nail right on the head. And he even said in the video itself he knew him personally and he knew that he had a drug problem. So if that doesn't really tell you anything, then I don't know what does. So, yeah. That's all I could really say about that. But as far as like people making videos goes, Phil is the only fucking person I've known that made it about himself. Everyone else mostly talks about their personal experiences with Toby.
Well, yeah, that's why nobody made a video like that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's fucking stupid. Yeah, it's like it really the video itself really did blow up in people's faces. It pretty much backfired. You should have expected that. You really should have. When he made that fucking video, you should have sat there and thought, you know, oh, like, I don't know anything about this whole thing, but, you know, the video is just gonna blow up on my fucking face anyway, but I'm gonna keep it going. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm just, I have nothing else to really say about the whole thing.
Well, here's something that was just brought to my attention. A couple of tweets from Mr. Slow Beef, our good friend of the show. Says, quote, "Okay, I really try to stay away from DSP stuff nowadays, but I watched the first 10 minutes of his Toby Turner video. Then he challenges his definition of fluff. DSP on Toby Turner not returning his messages. He fluffed me." And pointing out that fluff is actually a pornographic act to, arouse one of the participants before they, head in to do their duties. So, just thought I'd bring that up.
Oh, Lord.
And he also just offers a piece of advice here for future reference. When someone doesn't return a message, they snubbed you, not fluffed you. He now says, "It's the 9-minute mark. I can't stop laughing." And he links to one of Phil's tweets here, plugging the scandal, quote unquote. So, shout out to Slow Beef, good friend of ours.
Yeah, he really he's really enjoying this video. For the wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. A lot of people get they get that kind of rise out of watching Phil make an ass out of himself. So
he got like no attention for that tweet when it got posted.
Oh,
that Toby
Phil?
Turner. He only got have like 5 retweets.
yeah, no, I mean,
I just thought that was funny. Wow.
Corey, I mean, his tweets he doesn't really have a lot of social media interaction. The most that he ever gets is when it's like time to rally up the troops against us. That's about it. Like, oh, I just got false copyright strikes. Then he'll get like, a couple dozen likes and maybe a few retweets and stuff. Or, oh, I'm real nervous about the future. I just got to stay positive. He'll get those, but like normal day-to-day stuff, no one cares.
It's safe to say that this video got quite a great reception.
No, it got fluffed.
Yeah, you got.
What kind of views did he get, Lupo? What did he get?
What, Phil?
Gogats. That's what he got.
Yep.
Oh, I can't stop laughing.
Gogats.
Every time I hear the word fluffing, it's just the most ridiculous thing.
It's all fluff, Freddy.
It's funny. The fluffy Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pikachu. Real fluffy.
Yo, I'm real fluffy, Holmes. Yeah.
Oh, the Shrek.
Real fluffy.
Yeah.
Well, Phil is fluffy, and by that I mean fat.
Yeah, I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
So somebody actually saw this coming a mile away in the viewer submitted doc. Reckless Drifter. With the accusations against TOBYKAST starting to come up, how long do you think it will take DSP for his all right, maybe not a native English speaker, for him to stroke his cock and to say that he was right all along about TOBYKAST, and then give a whole lecture about how he's better than TOBYKAST? Wow, pretty accurate.
Was that like posted a week before?
This was posted. Yeah, this was posted before the video was posted. So,
Oh god,
pretty good,
that guy called him, man.
dude. You know, we should do that in the viewer submitted doc. We should have people like post predictions, and then see if they were right.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty good.
Someone grabbed the phone because he called it.
Ooh.
So basically, to sum up his video, though, is basically no one should care about TOBYKAST. Instead, how about you go and help me take down these "this is how you don't play" videos?
Mm-hmm.
GG,
let's
fella.
see. There's one more, I think, on the topic. Let me scroll down a little bit and just see if there's any more viewer submitteds on this topic. Is Phil's Toby video one of his worst of all time, submitted by Anonymous?
It's up there.
Wait, what?
I'd say so.
Is Phil's Toby video one of his worst of all time?
I would say it's up there.
I'd say it's top 10. And all around, like, the intent of it, the actual substance of it. I don't know, man. I gotta give it, you know, somewhere in the top 10. His worst videos, at least vlog style videos.
Maybe.
I think it was just a fucking stupid thing for him to do. He honestly shouldn't even have really said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely the top 10 for me. I would definitely wouldn't put it above like any of the other stupid shit that he's like the big stupid things he's done, but it's definitely up there.
And apparently there's some Dark Souls 3 antics going on, so we'll segue to that. Let's just see if there's anything else on this topic we can get from the viewer submitted before we move on. Submitted by Yanu. Phil made his Toby Turner reaction video. It's 15 minutes recapping the TOBYKAST versus DSP video that gets passed around from time to time. Another 4 minutes making himself out to be the victim, and finally admitting that he doesn't give a shit, and that nobody who cares for his opinion, and that anyone who cares for his opinion is a dumbass. If Phil truly does not care about the Toby Turner scandal, why make it a poll option in the first place? Do you think Phil made the video as an excuse to air his past grievances? I mean, that's fair. With Toby Turner, and give his current grievances with detractors, as well as insulting those who possibly cared for Phil's opinion on the subject. Again, submitted by Yanu.
I 100% believe that's why he makes every video he does.
I mean, yeah, he wanted to, you know, he wanted the clickbait. He wanted to show up in the Toby Turner search results, right? He wanted to fucking shit on the guy while he's down, and you know, make himself seem like the voice. Oh, I don't care. You know, I'm the only rational person here. I don't care.
He sure as hell cared when he made fucking 25 minutes worth of just him bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, there's not going to be a video where he doesn't talk about the detractors either. That's a given. So, yeah, it's just the same. It's just going to be the same fucking cycle. The river's going to keep flowing, and he's going to keep fucking yapping on about it. Every pre-stream, every fucking drama-related video, it's always going to be about the detractors or himself.
Correct.
So, that's pretty much it.
I do think, yeah. Anybody else, his intentions to make this video? All right.
Just
All right,
to
go
play
ahead, Chris.
victim, like I said before.
Play victim, you said?
Yeah, just to play victim. That's all he wanted to do.
And the last one, in terms of the viewers submitted on this topic, do you think there is any self-awareness whatsoever somewhere in the back of Phil's mind when he spouts off this bullshit? For instance, in his Toby Turner video, do you think even a small part of him realizes how contradictory and hypothetical he's coming off as, claiming to hate drama but profiting off of it, saying Toby shouldn't have started doing gaming content, but him doing vlogs and react content is perfectly fine? Or is he truly oblivious as to what he's saying and how he comes across? Is he seriously this stupid? Submitted by Jake Torrance.
He sure as hell lacks confidence in himself, and he sure as hell lacks fucking awareness. So, yeah. I am pretty sure that sums up quite well.
It's tough. It's tough because I feel like he's sold out his morals and all that kind of stuff just to make money. You can tell by the React style videos. He wouldn't have done those before. Do you think 3 years ago he would have done, oh, Toby Turner got accused of some shit, let me give my opinion, you know? I don't think he would have done that 3 years ago. Not even 2 years ago.
He would just say, I'm too busy with video games to care.
Right.
I mean, he is like that, but when the fucking opportunity, like when he has that opportunity, he will fucking try and cash in on it, and I do mean that literally. So yeah.
Yep. I just, I don't know, man. I really think that he just, didn't care. I don't think he cares about being consistent. I don't think he cares about morale. He throws morality out the window for the sake of his business. I mean, just look at what he did with Dark Souls 3, right? He bitches about early access and shit like that. He's going to do some underhanded shit to get the game early and then stream it. You know? He wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good question. Anybody else have any thoughts on Phil potentially having self-awareness but ignoring it, or maybe just being oblivious altogether and not even thinking about it?
I personally, I don't think he's oblivious to that shit he does. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit anymore. He's just trying to make this last as long as possible, because he knows his YouTube business is failing. So he just try anything. He became a fucking viewer whore. You know, he always said, like, drama queens, people who just did vlogs and all that shit, they were just bad people, and he became everything he hates now. Everything for money and views.
Let's see. Is there anything else that we can cover on this? All right, so let's move on off of that topic. Unless anyone else has some final thoughts on the Toby Turner scandal, hypocrisy, garbage, monetization stuff.
Huh?
Cool. All right. So let's talk about. Ooh. All right. This is something that I actually am personally interested in, and that is the. I don't know if you guys are aware of this thread. I'll link you guys in the Skype group this thread so that you can sort of scan through it while I do. But this one recently got closed, and this one was kind of entertaining to watch. I have to find it. Since it got closed, it kind of got buried. Give me just a second here to find this.
Has it been archived?
I believe parts of it did. So there's a thread created called, and we've talked about this on a couple episodes, I think. It was Phil distancing himself from his legacy, his internet persona, how that's going to come back to haunt him, yada, yada, yada. And, man, that really got buried. I'm trying to find it. Did they delete the thread? Oh, those bastards. I think they deleted the thread.
Oh, the thread got nuked?
I think so. Somebody sent me an archive of it. So thank you very much for that. This is the last page of it. Let me see. Let me see how this ended. All right. So, thank you very much, Borjin, for sending this over. I think it was Borjin, right? Let me make sure. I don't want to give the wrong person credit. But all right. So, here's the last page as it was archived. And it took a turn for the worst when Alucard said the following. Since DSP has started taking time in some of the games, This Is How You Don't Plays have sort of been hard to make or been really boring. Most now just look like they don't even try to make them and just want to get a quick view. Yeah, I believe it's on the decline. Now, on the other hand, the SOK podcast, I believe, is still popular. No idea if it is since I don't check it out all the time. But yeah, I guess when Evil AJ made This Is How You Don't Play and Phil reacted to it negatively about it is when the decline started to happen. Now, I think I need to find page 8 because that's where Phil starts name dropping AJ. I mean, AJ was like the star of the show on this thread. Man, oh man. Man, I think it got... Does anyone here? If you could whisper it to me, that would be great. Let me see if I can find page 8. Because what I'm looking for is... you know what? Archive link. Yeah, if you could whisper it over, that'd be great. There we go. Thank you. Page 8. Thank you very much, Eddie, for the archive. Looking down. Here should be when Phil... here we go. So, Phil responds to a post about why did Phil become popular in the first place. His goal is to entertain people. That's just how he is, yada, yada, yada. He says, I was popular for having that kind of personality. Once people realized they could get viral popularity making fun of me by highlighting only the instances where I suck, rage, complain, etc., that was the end of that popularity. The common viewer, not knowing the real me because they don't actually watch my unedited videos, would now rather laugh at me than with me, which is the difference. When I started on YouTube, I did something totally different from everyone else. People loved my honesty, and I became the common gamer, representative of how everyone else acts when they play games. Okay. It felt like you were sitting on a sofa next to your friend playing a game when you watched my videos, and I got viral popularity because of it. But once the This Is How You Don't Play shit started, people twisted that into, he's a bad gamer. Let's laugh at him to make ourselves feel better and have some kind of superiority complex over him. And once those videos took off, it morphed into, if we are all so much better than this guy, why does he deserve to make a living making gaming videos? In summary, my style of videos may have complaints in them, but they're honest, entertaining, and fun. And they're not always negative if I'm actually enjoying a game. My playthroughs will either completely sell a game or deter someone from buying based on my honest experiences. This Is How You Don't Play is dishonest, always negative, always destructive, and meant to hurt for the sake of gaining popularity. Nobody who watched the This Is How You Don't Play would be attracted to watching my actual content, and it's completely slandered, one-sided towards the negative. It's misrepresentation. It's morally wrong. And anybody who participates in them is incredibly gullible, immature. The problem is that that's the majority of the internet. If I were to censor myself, stop being real, and become a talking figurehead of scripted bullshit, what exactly would be the reason for anybody to continue to watch me? My hook all of these years is that I refuse to sugarcoat bullshit when I see it, and quite frankly, that's what we need. Right now, far too many reviewers are dishonest fluffers. He really loves the fluffing. Man, Phil really going with the fluff here. Or the exact opposite, where they slam a game because they had a bad fucking day. Gaming journalism is an unprofessional joke, and we need people to speak up, honestly, about how they feel, not censor themselves. But the common viewer doesn't even get the difference. They'll just go to Metacritic and immediately pass judgment on a game. He then moves on. Here's where the name drops are aplenty. Somebody says, I can't imagine all your problems begin and end at This How You Don't Plays. They certainly don't fucking help since they're anywhere, but there has to be more than that. Phil responds, I always had my critics and detractors, but they were always seen as a fringe group and treated as a joke. It never negatively had an effect on my business until Red Supre, as he would pronounce it, Red Supre, did the parody video, which then led to Evil AJ doing the first This How You Don't Play. No lie, it's been all downhill from there. When a newcomer sees a video with viral popularity saying I'm the worst gamer on the planet, probably about 2% will actually take the time to check out my stuff and see it's not true. 98% will shit all over me, troll my social media videos, and generally spread misinformation that I'm a horrible person, horrible gamer, and don't deserve success. So good luck getting any kind of mainstream attention on anything I do when the vast majority of uninformed viewers think I'm the worst gamer to ever live. Until those videos came out, I was growing in popularity yearly. It's direct cause and effect. Ouch. Whew, I wish AJ was here, man. Think of what he's done. Irreparably damaged this man and killed him and put a gun to his head.
Oh my god, I don't even know what to say. I have no fucking words.
None?
I just, it's fucking stupid. Completely dumb. I've never heard someone say, people watch my videos, and, or I never heard him, like, I swear to God, it's the dumbest fucking thing to say. People watch my videos, and it makes them want to buy the game. And it's just like, how exactly is that, Phil? When you shit all over the game and you basically tell people not to buy it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, don't you know, like, Phil is Angry Joe, the voice of all gamers and shit.
Honestly, this is the last person you want to watch play a game and say to yourself, I want to get this game.
The only effect he ever has in terms of motivating people to buy it is they see how poorly he does at the game, and they're like, man, I want to play it correctly now. That's about it. I can literally say that I have watched a playthrough of his and then thought to myself, you know what, I'd like to play it correctly. And then went out and played the game. Usually they're games I already have. I don't think I've purchased new games for that reason, but it might have happened once or twice. So,
I think that's the impression that everybody has when they watch the videos.
Yeah, let me try to play this correctly.
Yeah.
So that's why the discussion then turned into the fading popularity of This How You Don't Plays. Then we get name dropped as the SoKast, the SOK podcast with all capital letters. Wow, fucking motherfuckers. The O is lowercase. Somebody says that they get yada yada yada. People talk about the podcast a little bit. Oh, KG. I actually kind of want to respond to this one while we have the chance. K Gallion unfortunately doesn't have Twitter anymore, so he's not reachable, right? You can't actually respond to him. Unfortunately, you have to try to make an account and see until you get banned. But here's the post, and I'll respond to this. I don't agree. He's responding to someone saying the podcast is still popular because having 323 people here right now, despite any guests or anything. I guess that's nothing. He says, I don't agree. They can barely ever get more than 200 to 300 viewers. We are right now. We got more than 300. It's been like that for the past year or so. It's only their hardcore viewers. They only get more viewers when they have a special guest come on, which isn't that often. They can never grow because the majority of their content is about Phil and nobody cares outside of their groups. I almost feel bad for the guys. Shrug. Okay. So this is my response. First of all, I don't think he realizes how small and specific this show is, right? We don't go out and promote the show to the general public, to gaming forums, to anything else like that, right? The people that watch the show already come from a small pool of people. So to try to like say, oh, you guys are small potatoes or whatever, I actually would say for the community that we sort of aim for the people that we're making the show sort of to talk to, I think that's pretty great. I think having 300 and however many people show up on a week-to-week basis is great. When we first started out, we had like 40 people. Then we started to get to, like a 100 level. And at this point, like 300 something people show up for an average show. So, I mean, that's cool for us. And for us, it doesn't really matter how many people show up since we're not monetizing it or anything else like that. It's mostly just icing on the cake, just extra fun. But for him to say that we'll never grow because the majority of our content is about Phil and nobody cares, well, that's good. Because we're not trying to grow. We're not trying to become a mainstream podcast. We understand that. This isn't meant to be a mainstream podcast. It's supposed to be a fun podcast for this community that we're part of, and hang out with our friends and have a show that people will show up to. To me, to have that many people show up on a Thursday night, week after week, is just a bonus. So, I don't know, man. We don't promote ourselves. We don't fucking sell ourselves short. And we don't try to, like, be something that we're not. And for that to actually, garner interest, it's just extra. It's just an extra. So, I don't know, KG. Why don't you do a stream? We'll see how you do. And Eddie pointed out that Phil did around 300 for Ratchet and Clank, which just came out 2 days ago. So, technically speaking,
Well,
our
him.
Ratchet and Clank footage right now got around the same or more views than Phil did in the same time frame. So, shout out to Fez. Look at you, Fezzy. Your footage of Ratchet and Clank is garnering more views than Phil's footage of Ratchet and Clank on the same exact day.
And not only that, but my footage is better, TBH. Because I'm playing it on hard mode and not normal like a pussy.
How's that feel, Fezzy? Your stream of Ratchet and Clank was more successful than Phil's, given the same exact day.
Good riddance.
But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to respond to that because it's stupid. Our goal was never to get a bunch of viewers, and I mean, I think that that's a good thing, that we don't try to like sell out, I guess, and reach out for a bunch of people. The people that show up are the people that are interested in the show that we make, and yeah, it's a good thing. I think it's a badge. I would wear that like a badge of honor, that we cater to, a small group of people, a tight-knit community, a small tight-knit community.
On the topic of Ratchet and Clank, this was just like put out like half an hour ago, but Dragon Killer posted on Twitter, and I quote, "Ends today with RNC stream crying about how low the views were today. Wants to think about only playing it offline now."
Because he's playing it so that it's easy for him.
Wow.
He's making it easier for himself, and therefore no rage, which means no viewers. What did he think was gonna happen? Oh, I'm just gonna play through the game, and it's gonna be fun, guys. We're all gonna enjoy it together. No, people want to see you rage, Phil. That's why they came to watch this, and now you're not. And now nobody cares.
Fazzy, I think it's that time. It's that time for you to give your take on Phil's Ratchet and Clank playthrough.
Oh, Lordy.
Boy! All right, I've got a couple of things to say.
A couple.
All right, number one. Well, he's doing the normal normal mode playthrough. Being a bit of a pussy with that. I'm playing the game on hard mode, as you can see clearly here. I died because I wasn't entirely used to the button placements for R1 and R2 yet. But anyway, so he's playing it on normal like a pussy. He's getting along just fine. It's not really garnering much attention because of that. And I'm assuming from what I heard and from a couple of things that I saw, he is only using Mr. Zircon, which is a little guy that follows you around and shoots for you. And he's only using the wrench. Again.
Wow.
The wrench in a game based on weaponry. I mean, you can clearly see me using all sorts of weapons in this footage, but he's not using a single one of them. No, he's not. He is using purely the wrench. And that is not only distasteful, it is harmful for his progress, and it is incredibly boring to watch. Oh, and don't even get me started on the trespasser. This motherfucker. So the trespasser was changed in the game, and it was made much more difficult. You'd figure that would mean many more rage-inducing moments from Phil. Not at all, because they made the auto hack a thing. Basically, what that does is it solves the puzzle for you.
Mm-hmm.
However, it doesn't allow you to get any extra bolts that you would get for completing it yourself, and doesn't allow you to get a trophy in the end, which I don't think Phil's really after, because it's just another game to him. He's not out for completion.
Yeah,
he'll just take the easy way out like a fucking pussy bitch.
Ooh.
And again, for that, missing yet another key rage-inducing moment from this game that the viewers will not get to experience. And not only that, but putting it on the back burner, you know what? I'm glad that he's not going to finish it. This game is such a masterpiece, and I do mean that. A culmination of 14 years of Ratchet and Clank, all bottled up into one. A masterpiece.
Wow.
And he is putting it on the back burner simply because, it's not getting any views. You know what? Good. The people of Insomniac don't even want him playing the games. In fact, back when he was playing Full Frontal Assault, some guy posted it on their forums, and one of the devs said, "It's people like this that make me not even want to make games anymore."
Wow.
People like Phil. And do you think that they want his money? The answer is no. So it would just be best if he did not even play the game.
Ooh. There it is. Now, your opinion, though. So the game overall is that it's a masterpiece. Loophole, your response
this
to that.
motherfucker.
I'm sorry, dude. A masterpiece. Come on.
Mm.
Nah, it is.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
Yes,
God.
Come on,
it is.
man.
Yeah.
Dude, come on. It's the same fucking game as fucking the 2002 one.
Definitely not.
Oh, boy.
Nah,
Dude,
definitely
get
not.
Fuck out of here. I'm
No,
not even
you
talking.
get the,
I'm not here.
nah,
I'm
you
not
get the
even
fuck
talking
out of here
about- no,
because
here's
you're
the
not
thing.
even, no,
I'm
you're not,
even
you
gonna
haven't even
talk about
played
the
it.
frame- I'm just saying that game is not
It's
a
not,
masterpiece.
it's not. It's
Anything
not the
nice-
same game. There's different
Doesn't
weapons,
matter. What
there's
I'm trying to
different
say is-
places.
I'm
There's
sorry.
even different gameplay mechanics. So nah, it's definitely not the same
Shoot
game.
things, you jump around sometimes. Oh, what a
Yeah,
masterpiece.
okay.
The same story, the same gameplay as the 2002 game from 14 years ago.
Nah,
A
it's not the same.
masterpiece. Listen, listen. That's like saying Last of Us Remastered is a masterpiece, but Last of Us isn't. It's stupid.
Yeah, but this wasn't a
No, here's the
remaster.
thing, I'm not
Yeah,
even.
but this
I'm not.
wasn't a remaster, you moron.
I'm not talking. It's a
Ooh.
rebar. The people said, "Oh, it's not a remake. It's not a remake. It's a reimagining." Stupid as
That's what
shit.
it is.
I bet it's a fine game. I bet it's a really good game. But a masterpiece, you're just throwing that word out like it doesn't mean nothing. A masterpiece needs to be seen. You can't say something's a masterpiece 2 days after launch. That's not a good thing to say.
Mm.
You're
I
gonna be
can
eating-
if I have played through it.
and you played through it already. Damn, that's a short ass game.
Definitely not. I have put in almost 20 hours into this game so far. I would definitely not say that it's short.
Oh no! I'm gonna break every single box I can. Get every single box. I need to find all the boxes. Get 1,000% in the game. Nah, listen. A masterpiece cannot be judged by fucking 2 days after, and you can't see how its fucking legacy's gone. We know nothing if it's a masterpiece or not. So come on. I'm just saying, be slightly critical and have a judgmental eye and don't say everything's a masterpiece, because I think that is, I don't think that's right.
No, I'm not saying that the game doesn't have its issues. The animation is sometimes stiff, and honestly, it could have been done better. That is one of my issues with it. But overall, I think that it's a pretty good game.
Fine. Masterpiece.
Yeah, it is.
Super Mario Brothers is a masterpiece. Half-Life is a masterpiece. Portal is a masterpiece. These are games that mean something. Now, this is a remake of a game.
And I have never played any of them, so they don't mean shit to me. So,
all right. So your definition of a masterpiece is very loose.
Very loose.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, but a game in which I feel nostalgic about, a game series that I have adored over the course of many, many years, and you claim that I cannot call this a masterpiece. That is
you cannot call it off that. It's a remake of a game that already exists and has the same levels. So yeah.
Not entirely, no.
Yeah.
Not TBH.
Well, I think I've said my point, and there's no point in arguing anymore. So that's how my stance on it. But I think we should go back to Phil's stuff.
Well,
Definitely.
before we do,
oh yeah,
I think we just need to point out there's one group of people who their opinion really matters as to whether this game is a masterpiece or not. And Fezzy, what do those people think at this point? What's the tally at right now?
Well, let's see. The tally would be at. Let's see.
It's in the chat. You need that?
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
It is at the user score on Metacritic for Ratchet and Clank is at an 87.
Ooh.
86.
Well, I'm looking at the user score. Now, the Metascore in general
That's not what we said. We said the critic score.
What do the critics think?
Okay, the critics. Then it would be a whopping 86.
86.
Generally favorable.
And
generally favorable.
And what did the bet require, Mr. Fezzy?
It required It required above a 70.
70 or above.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're 16 points ahead of where we need to be for Lippy to lose that bet, huh?
Yep. So he's fucked.
Oh wow.
Well, see, you guys took way too long. You're like, oh, I'll give it a week. This shit's been out for a week, so still got another week, and then. And in that
week, you're gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
The 28th is when it happens, so 2 weeks fucking later. No one's gonna give a shit. Nah.
No one's gonna give a shit.
The shit I have to do is so lame. I could do it in 20 seconds to get it over with. It was so easy. He gave me the easiest shit ever to do.
Yeah, and next time I won't go so easy on you.
Nah, next time I ain't having to bet.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking pussy.
Woo.
Nah.
Well,
yeah, TBH.
There you go. Just thought we'd give a little update for people, you know. But back to the topic at hand. Let's finish this up. That was a nice little break from the shit. Nice and refreshed when we come back. So back to the thread that we were talking about, the internet legacy that has gotten shut down since. A little bit of talk about the podcast still being popular or not. I got the chance to respond to KG finally. So KG, awaiting your response. I don't know if you want to post it on the forums. I don't know where the fuck you're gonna do it, but yeah, maybe bring your Twitter back. We'll have a little conversation. You know I'm not allowed on the forums, but you're definitely allowed on Twitter. So yeah, why don't you do something like that? Phil says, in response to someone saying, I think the other way around, no one knew of you until they put you out there, and the whole deal with you being a joke on the Super Best Friends video for Metal Gear Revengeance, the Blip incident, the magazine article in Europe, and the thing with Alpha Omega Sin, seems like you weren't popular until they did videos on you, so maybe you should thank them. Phil says, officially the stupidest thing I've ever seen on the forums. How could there be a decline if I wasn't even popular before that? Bye. So that man got banned for that. Somebody points out Social Blade, which, although the financial figures aren't correct, the view data is correct. It comes from the YouTube API. So it's fairly reliable outside of, accessing somebody's analytics yourself. Social Blade is the best tool we have. But here we go. Long wall of tech. God. Fazzy, why don't you give this a read in your Phil voice? I think that would come off well. Here's the archive link. And why don't you give it hell? It's the post from Phil archived 5 hours ago.
All right, let me get to it. Oh boy, that's a long.
I've
The
been
first one?
doing a lot of reading. It's the 5 hour one, the second section after BOGO Train.
All right. Let's see. As usual, people pulling statistics out that are incredibly erroneous. Social Blade isn't correct because it's based on front-ended YouTube data that is wrong. Always has been wrong. The subs lost in late 2011 were due to mass YouTube audit that happened. Everyone lost an insane amount of subscribers and views for a few months as they claimed to audit the site. In reality, they wrote an algorithm that didn't work and auto-unsubscribed thousands of people from channels daily. Okay. During that time, I had to constantly remind people that I was still putting out vids because they were being unsubbed and not seeing them in their inboxes. The decline lasted a few months, but overall my performance was on track and still growing as of summer 2012. Wasn't until mid to late 2012 things stagnated because I wasn't adopting direct capture or live streaming like everyone else, so some viewers moved on. But even then, I wasn't viewed as massively negative by anyone. It wasn't until the videos started rolling out, at first the one by Slowbeef / Retsupre, whatever. He still argues with me semantics, when in reality, it's very clear where it started. That people started talking about me in a negative light. That idea was greatly exaggerated / edited upon in a negative light by Evil AJ with his "This is how you don't play" videos. And that's what started the real mass decline. There's an incredibly concrete timeline here. It's direct cause and effect. Best part is, nobody will actually man up and take credit for it. Instead saying, it was all in good fun. And completely ignoring all responsibility for destroying my privacy, personal life, online persona, and business by making me look like one of the worst people imaginable. No matter what I did, nothing helped, okay? Speaking out against it, ignoring it, it all just got worse. There certainly isn't any kind of template when it comes to how to react to slander on YouTube or the internet in general. But I guarantee tons of people have learned from what's happened to me. If I'd never even mentioned it, it probably wouldn't have been so bad. On the flip side, if I'd hired a lawyer and dipped it in the butt, it probably would have stopped it from ever happening, okay? That I didn't do either. I listened to advice from other popular YouTubers who have since proven to be just as terrible as the people making the videos in the first place, and it basically did the most possible damage to myself, my online reputation, and my business.
Where do we even start? Does anyone want to start? Because I don't want to go on for 20 minutes without letting somebody else get in.
I just finished, so.
Fair enough. All right, so first of all, he's trying to say that in the very beginning, he could have hired a lawyer and nipped it in the butt, even though it's bud. It's about, pruning flowers, but whatever. Nipped it in the butt, and that would have stopped it from ever happening. No. This would have made a vitriolic, movement to, so let's say you hired a lawyer and you sued Evil AJ. Evil AJ is a regular guy, working class guy, holds down a job. You know what I mean? You would have sued that guy, just a regular guy. How would you have looked? This was at the point where you were still popular. You were a YouTuber with, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers in between there. and you would have just sued a guy for making a parody video of your gameplay video, and that you were going to sue that guy, first of all, you wouldn't have been successful, right? You might have gotten the video taken off of YouTube, but you weren't going to get damages off of the guy. He didn't slander your character. He made a parody video of you playing a video game and showed you fucking up in the video game. How does that attack your character? The stuff that people use of your character is source footage. I would say that this community has one of the highest standards of evidence that we meet every single time. When we put out a video to say what Phil did, we don't just use little, quotes or anything. We use the source footage of what he said, unedited. I've said this before, and I'll say this again. You would be able to see with your own eyes if people edited stuff together and made it seem as though he said stuff that he didn't. That doesn't happen. People don't dub him over or put in fake voices or splice it together so that he said something that he's not. We meet such a high standard of evidence to show exactly what he said and show the context of what he said. It's what he said. He's arguing against quotes and clips of things that he said. Quotes and clips of things that he did. So how he would get damages from that, I have no idea. He might have gotten it off of YouTube, which is fine. All right, cool. You wasted money, you sued one guy, and you got that video taken off of YouTube. That doesn't mean now that you have blanket claim to take all those videos off of YouTube. You'd have to go through that legal process with every single video that you want to take off YouTube and keep off of YouTube. So what he's trying to say that he could have done here is ridiculous. Say that he got This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 3 taken off, people would have mirrored that. And you would have had 10, 20 copies of that up on YouTube. You're going to sue 10, 20 guys to keep that video off? And then what? Then it becomes the forbidden fruit. Then people want to fucking stick it to you. Because you just went and sued a guy and made a guy go through the legal process. Because of this bullshit, you would have made it worse. Much worse. At this point, people do it because it's good fun. At that point, maybe people would have gotten some sort of feelings over it because you fucked over somebody. And maybe they would have went to actually try to damage you. Phil doesn't know what it is to have people out there to actually damage him. Right now, people are having fun. There's a community of people that have interests outside of Phil. They hang out. We do this show every week. There's people that make videos. This Is How You Don't Plays. It's all in good fun. If he had an actual slander, smear campaign against him, he would be singing a different tune. It would be a whole different picture than what it is now. Everything now is in good fun. So that's my little rant. When he says that no one wants to actually take credit, what is there to take credit for? Have we ever made a video, hey, this is how to damage Phil, this is to damage Phil? No. It's always been to get, a laugh out of the situation. For us to have fun. I bet you that these things he talks about that are the things that actually reached out and actually touched him, the swatting and stuff like that, I would actually bet you that it was people just on the fringe, people that aren't even part of the community, people that we don't even know. I mean, no one that we've heard from took credit from it. No one's bragged about it.
Why would you?
Yeah. So that's the start. Anybody else have any response to that fucking wall of text?
I mean, it's what you said. Why, I think Phil has this belief that all he has to do is say, I'm going to get a lawyer, and he can shut down everyone and scare all of his haters away and everything. I mean, every time he seems to do it, to anybody, people will just apologize and kiss his feet and everything. So I think he's got this mentality now that all he has to do is say, I'm going to get a lawyer on you if you fuck with me, and, he thinks he wins then.
His bullshit about this so you don't play being illegal. I fucking hate when he has to bring that up. because in a way it is transformative. Whether he likes it or not is still legal. I mean, he takes this shit way too seriously if he has to bring the fucking like the law in this. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because his playthroughs speak for itself. He is actually shitty at those games. Those videos are just pointing out how shitty he is at the games.
The law has no relevance to his shittiness of playing video games anyways.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it's fucking ridiculous that he has to bring the law into this when, like, the videos itself, like, his playthroughs, the videos itself, honestly, This Is How You Don't Plays, a majority of them, are doing us a favor. Showing how shitty he is at the game.
Well, you got to remember, Moogle, Phil thinks he's this cigar-chomping CEO of a major corporation, so...
The scholar of games.
That sounds like a fucking dream job, don't it?
So,
yeah.
Here's a post from KG saying the following. People have to realize that putting your face or voice over something doesn't automatically make it your property. You also have to account for the amount of original material you are using in parody, because some of the videos they put out use several hours of his commentary, which no longer makes them legal. You can't upload a whole TV show and expect it to be protected because you're doing commentary over it. That's already been proved wrong, and any reactions on YouTube are taken down. So yeah, my opinion is that Let's Plays in general are illegal. Let's Plays are illegal. Interesting. I wonder if he meant to say This How You Don't Plays, but is he saying that Let's Plays are illegal? All right.
The moral gray area.
That's basically what he's kind of implying.
Welp. That's something. Phil then reacts with a wall of fucking text. Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can sum this up for you guys. He starts it off by saying that the thread has been massively derailed, so he's going to close it. But he's going to explain why Let's Plays are legal and This How You Don't Plays are not, per his quote-unquote lawyers. He uses the argument that, if you never pushed a button, that you just stay at the start screen, nothing would happen. Talks about if you have a musical instrument, you have every right to play it the way you want to. You can record the music, you can create it and sell it, it's 100% your own, with no ownership regarding going back to the patented manufacturer of the instrument, but you can't do the same thing as owning the gameplay. You've legally purchased the instrument. You can do whatever you want, as long as your interaction with that is transformative. You simply cannot reproduce and sell the original product. Now, as far as This How You Don't Plays, nothing is transformative. Those videos take raw gameplay from the playthroughs, chop them up, and re-upload them with supposed funny because they're so insulting comments and the like. That's a far stretch from
They're on your fucking videos.
Next, no permission was ever given to use the video footage. All videos in This How You Don't Play are illegally downloaded from YouTube, violating my personal copyrights and my advertisement agreement with Machinima, so it's actually two crimes in one. It's not like where you bought it. Now, here's the thing. He did give permission. He's given permission on 2 accounts. There are 2 videos floating around out there. Back when Loophole and the rest of us were dealing with the This How You Don't Play copyright garbage from Machinima, we dug up 2 clips that are essentially him saying, you can use my footage for whatever you like, as long as you're not just outright re-uploading my footage. So,
yeah.
You remember that, Loophole?
Yeah. It was more than 2 clips. It was like fucking 7 or something.
Well, those are
and
the
there was
2
one...
that were pretty popular, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. There was one where he was literally reading out the fucking copyright rules in his own defense, and it pretty much applied to what we were going through at that time. And, so it was pretty funny. It was very, very hypocritical, too.
So one of them was just literally just a dude in the chat saying, hey, can I use your footage for something? He goes, oh, yeah. I mean, I've said this before. You could use my footage for whatever you want, as long as it's not just a blatant re-upload of my content, which This Is How You Don't Plays clearly aren't. The second clip that I remember off the top of my head is he asked people to make a montage of all the hilarious fails because he thinks it'd be very funny. But now he's taking it back. But he's never gone out and blatantly said, I now retract my permission or anything else like that. Like, don't know what to tell you. Let me finish up this wall of text. Third, the argument that they are commentary or criticism or review is also false. Legally, This Is How You Don't Play is considered slander because it only portrays one side of the aspect of the entire entity, and in a purposefully negative light. It would be like if I did a review of Batman vs. Superman, used video clips, but only talked about the things I disliked. That's a bad interpretation. So you have to say both positive and negative. If your opinion of it is just negative, you have to just create and fabricate positive things to say to balance it out. That's not how criticism works, Phil. That's why it's criticism and review. That's your criticism, your review of it. So why are This Is How You Don't Play is allowed to exist? It's simple, because YouTube's copyright takedown system is to protect them, not the creators. I was told by legal counsel that in order to take down a This Is How You Don't Play video on YouTube permanently, I'd have to file an individual lawsuit, which costs hundreds if not thousands of dollars for each individual video. As you know, there are quite a bunch of them out there, and I'm not rich, so this is impossible. The only thing I have the power to do is file a copyright claim against the video, which is 100% legal and I'm right to do, but the person who uploaded it can simply dispute the claim. If I don't legally file a lawsuit within 2 weeks of the dispute, then the video will go back on no matter what, even though I'm legally in the right. As I've said tons of times, until someone directly sues YouTube for allowing mass copyright infringement to happen on their site due to their insane lack of care for the U.S. copyright law, then they'll continue to employ this broken system that actually supports theft and promotes the mass filing of false claims for malicious purposes. In reality, I could legally prove that This Is How You Don't Play has hurt my personal life, my business, my online persona, and that I'm damaged for the rest of my life because of them. All it takes is a Google search, and I could sue YouTube for allowing videos and probably win in court. Maybe up to a few $100,000. But undoubtedly, that'd be it for me. I'd have to leave YouTube the second I filed the lawsuit and pursue other avenues of employment. Right now, I'm happy doing this as a job, and I have no plans to stop. So until it comes to that point, I'll just sit on it and keep doing what I'm doing. Now, thread closed. Lot to take in. Your guys' thoughts. I'm going to go grab some water.
So, first of all, I want to say that it's interesting that Phil will compare a fucking instrument to a video game that basically you play it and let people watch the entire story, giving them no reason to even buy the games, compared to an instrument where, you know, everybody can play their own instrument. That's a little more transformative. And then what's even funnier is Phil saying that, oh, you know, someone should just sue YouTube for copyright and everything. Okay, Phil, then I guess you'd also be sued for copyright too. After all, you're just posting up raw footage of video games. You're hurting the developers and the companies that make these games. So, you know, I guess Phil doesn't see the irony here that he would be on the other side of that at some point.
Yeah, not only that, but his whole shtick with, oh, I could sue YouTube for all the damages that have been done to me. No, you couldn't. You would lose because you can't prove that This Is How You Don't Plays and all the other videos have been negatively hurting your business. It's only what you perceive has been hurting your business. And
Go on, sorry.
And also that whole thing with, oh, but then I'd automatically have to leave because I wouldn't be able to do this full time anymore. Then what would you do? We've already been over the whole shtick with you not having a plan B. So you're saying that after that, what more is there for you? Especially if it fails. If it fails, you can't go back to YouTube, and you don't have all that money that you said you would have, so you would have to go out and get a job. But who would hire him? So, either way that he looks at it, he's pretty much fucked.
So, when Kama brought up the instruments and stuff, I wanted to piggyback off that, and I wanted to say, first of all, instruments actually take skill to play, and so do video games, but he lacks skill to do either things. So why make that comparison is beyond me.
Well, technically, musical instruments take a lot more skill than video games, so.
Well, oh yeah, that's true. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they both take skill, but instruments obviously have like complications to them.
But no, like it's
Even a trumpet, which has like 3 buttons on it, but there's a lot more to it than that, you know.
But still, musical instruments are a lot more transformative. Like everyone has their certain way of playing and everything like that. I mean, it's not the same thing. I mean, I know Phil wants to say, "Oh, everybody can play a game in their own specific way," but that doesn't mean it's the same thing as a musical instrument, though, at all.
He's awful at making analogies, and he's awful at making comparisons. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's just absolutely ridiculous to me. But like I said, as far as transformative work, I personally think this They Don't Play are transformative, and the whole bullshit about the comments, like slandering them, they're on your fucking video, dude. Go watch your fucking videos. You'll see those exact comments come up. Like, are you that oblivious to people that are actually like commenting? I mean, sure, the comments are not always going to be fucking nice, but good God, you need to have some goddamn self-awareness and some dignity. Learn to take it like a man instead of being like a little bitch on your fucking Hugbox forums.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption. Just wanted to give you guys on YouTube the opportunity to take part in a giveaway of your own. If you type into the comments section, money bags, first person will win a copy of Dark Souls 3 on PlayStation 4, courtesy of Tyler motherfucking Moneybags Hansen. Only catch is, you have to have a US account. Doesn't have to be a main account, could be a sub account that you create just to play this game, but it is a US code, so you will need a US account. So it still is technically open to international. If you make a US account, you can play it on there. Moneybags in the comment section. First person wins a copy of Dark Souls 3 on PlayStation 4. We'll make arrangements to get it over to you. Good luck!
Fucking hell, man. That's all I pretty much have to say. If anyone else needs to say anything, go right ahead. Okay.
I pretty much
guess not.
said my piece.
All right.
What about you, Lou? You have anything else to say? You have anything else to say about this bullshit?
Nope.
Because I know you've been slammed with copyrights and shit. So.
Yeah, you know, when that happened, like last year, it was pretty weird. You know, I wasn't just thinking, oh, it's Phil or whatever, but you know, it turned out to be so, and yeah, I've always thought that copyright stuff was fucking pretty shitty, and I remember I used to do some stuff where Viacom had to step in and do some shit that I was doing way before Phil. Before I did Phil's stuff, and yeah, I remember when Viacom, a fucking huge media conglomerate, took on YouTube for the same fucking stupid shit that Phil's doing, and they lost that case. So,
oh man, I remember that.
Yeah, so Phil by himself, nobody, going up against fucking YouTube is insane. He's insane, and he's not going to go against any other people. He's not going to go against fucking certain individuals. It's stupid. So he can talk all this stuff about suing people and going to court and suing YouTube, suing people who make this They Don't Play. It doesn't matter.
He's never actually going to do it.
Absolutely not. It doesn't matter if, you know, he has the money. He's not going to have the money for it. You know how much lawyers cost? You know how long cases take to fucking close, especially when it's something with such black and white with such a black and white argument like fucking copyright. We still don't have like set in stone things to go about with copyright. We don't. And Phil, of all people, should know that not many people are going to give a shit about what fucking anyone does to him on YouTube, you know? So it honestly, it's really just trying to I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's trying to get out of this because he's not intimidating anyone. If anything, he was abusing it himself and being annoying. And as you can tell, ever since last year, when he stopped doing it when other people did it to him, and he got the same bullshit he did to us. A lot of people forgot about that. That he did that shit too, and it failed because we all, or at least I did, and some other people did. We retracted their claims, and they ended up working because Machinima, he's not going to do anything else. We got to the point where we were seriously thinking that Phil might actually fucking sue one of us. So we were actually getting prepared. I was honestly getting prepared if that was the case. But I should have known better, and I should have realized that this is fucking Phil, a stupid fat fuck who doesn't do anything and no one gives a shit about. So I was foolish back in those days, but I realized nowadays that he's not gonna do fucking anything.
Phil is a coward.
He is.
It's funny how
It's not just coward. It's just that he literally has no kind of resource to do that, and he has no fucking leg to stand on. It's really fucking stupid.
Oh, that did remind me though, like when Phil said, "Oh, I could sue YouTube and get hundreds of thousands of dollars." It reminds me back when he said, "Oh, if somebody punched me in the face, I'd sue them for millions of dollars." And I know at the time he was talking about Brock Lesnar, but he was making it sound like, "Oh, if just any random person punched him in the face, he'd sue them for millions."
It's funny how you mentioned copyright claims and fucking Jackie Chan shows up in the chat.
Dude, he wouldn't be able to sue YouTube at all because he makes a living off of YouTube.
Oh, do you know how many fucking? I want to bet how much fucking stupid shit YouTube gets already from people who have more of a leg to stand on than Phil. And I bet that amount is ginormous, and none of them actually go anywhere. The last one I heard about was Viacom. That was like 2009. So it's nothing. It's fluff. It's smoke and mirrors. It's not actually going to happen. He's not going to do anything. He doesn't have the money. These lawyers he have, they're not going to fucking. They're saying the shit all.
He's not gonna do shit. He's all talk. Literally everything he fucking says, these like empty threats, it's just all talk. It's just him fucking stroking his ego, his little fucking shitty, whatever the fuck you call it, his little goatee, and that shit. It's just fucking sitting there stroking it, and you can't do shit all. He's not gonna do shit all. He's just all talk.
Himself?
He's fluffing himself. He's fluffing his fucking goatee.
He's cucking himself.
Oh god, I can't even fucking say that with a straight face. But anyway, yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. He always makes these empty fucking claims he's never gonna fall through with. He's just trying to make himself look like he's a bigger threat than he actually is, but he's not. He's just a fucking whiny little bitch sitting behind a computer screen playing games shittily.
Well, also, he probably doesn't even have a lawyer and everything because it costs a lot of money to even have a lawyer in the first place, and he says he has no money.
And he would have to find someone crazy enough to do the shit to YouTube.
And it really doesn't matter what fucking lawyers say at the beginning, because you want to know what they want? They want money. Pretty fucking obvious. They want money. They want to say whatever. Oh yeah, you're in the right. We're gonna take them down. It's not. Lawyers always say that shit. I've known. I've taken a very early. I'm not going to fucking law school or anything, so I don't know this shit. But I know the basics of how fucking lawyers work, and they say a lot of bullshit just to fucking get them to for people to pay them exuberant amounts of money.
Yeah, I mean, there are those lawyers who have a sense of morality, but those are very few and far between the ones who are
those
in
are
it
the
just for
good
profit.
lawyers. That's the good lawyers, but he probably has cheapo ones. Yeah. He said he has lawyers. Someone brought that up. He has lawyers.
Machinima's legal team, he says. Those are his quote-unquote lawyers, or the Machinima staff.
The fucking, the interns and shit.
But what I'm wondering, if Machinima has this team of lawyers on retainer, right? Why don't they fucking foot the bill? If it's such an open and shut case, and if there's damages to be sought, why don't they foot the bill with those lawyers and then cut the profits, split the profits?
because Machinima's legal team is basically the equivalent of YouTubers who claim that they know what fair use law is when they don't. So
No,
It's
basically
just
so.
a trump card. That's what it is. Just a trump card, just to say like, oh, I'm right. I've been vindicated by some lawyers. You guys aren't lawyers, are you? Well, I have some, and they said that you guys are assholes. Yeah. So that's basically the extent of that. But yeah. Anything else on the whole legality of this? How you don't play is that kind of stuff. Before we move on, we got some quite a lot of mileage out of
I
that one.
just, I'm just gonna finish on that. I don't believe anybody at Machinima even has a legal degree. So that's all I gotta say.
All right, fair enough. Let's have a look-see here. Excuse me.
Sammy Samosa is Phil's lawyer.
Oh yeah. Now let's just
Oh.
drop the case. I don't
I'm not
have
here
time.
for a 4-hour court case.
Yeah. There was something else that I saw. Oh. All right. Well, there goes that. Here is a here's a nice little thread here. Alucard on the roll. New chat for streams. He starts the thread. I'm tired of using IRC chat, and I have been using Discord lately, and I think it's pretty good to use. You can mod it easily, and you can have a community for the fans to interact with each other after the streams are over. Not a bad suggestion. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know, we use Discord, and you know, there's still people in it. We've been busy, so we haven't used it, but you know, they can talk to each other and shit like that, and eventually, if we get time, we can head in there. Here's what Phil says. The problem is moderation. YouTube chat is unmoddable, period. Just not possible because there aren't proper options to do it. So it's 100% not an option because, you know, it needs to have the moderation. Phil, you think about moderation. The only free option that was available was IRC, which is very flexible. Allows for auto-modding of moderators, voicing to stop troll spam, etc. It's very good. In fact, much better than the chat on Twitch. By the way, Twitch chat is IRC. Most people don't realize that. The only difference is that they have their own server and graphical user interface over it to make it look different. But it's the exact same thing. Never heard of Discord, and I'm not techie enough to understand it. To understand if there are differences from IRC, you should run this by Onyx, as he was in charge of setting up the chat. So a little more discussion. People are... What the fuck? Make it a Patreon goal. Okay, this guy has lost his mind. Yeah, that's ridiculous. So some more, you know, advocating that, and apparently 7 minutes ago, I don't see Onyx's source on this, but Alucard says, well, Onyx says no, so I guess not. So that's the dumbest decision Onyx ever made.
Yeah, I think it's mostly because he can more easily see the IPs of the people that are coming in the stream chat to make sure that they're, you know, detractors.
Well,
make it more Nazi, basically.
I was under the impression that the goal is the security of people so that their IPs aren't shown, especially Phil, so that, you know, he doesn't get attacked.
This is the same forum where they read people's private messages, so I think only Phil's IP is the only thing that's important.
It would have been so much more, like, it really would have been so much better if they would do the Discord server, and then they could fucking, you know, do different things, you know, go in there when Phil's not streaming and talk to each other and shit and keep the whole community going. Would have been great for them. But Onyx says no. For what reason, I don't know. No reason was given. They just said, oh, no. And Yeah, a very dumb decision if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it is a pretty fucking stupid decision. I think Discord would be easier to manage, but I guess they just want to fucking manage that wasteland they call an IRC chat. So, yeah.
Boy,
Whatever.
is it a wasteland.
Yeah. More of a wasteland than Fallout 4, huh?
Mm-hmm. Man, a lot of forum stuff going on. This will be the last forum topic, I believe. Here we go. Borjin submits a topic to do a charity stream. Suggests that it'd be great. You know, a good way to help the less fortunate. This was like almost 2 weeks ago. Or sorry, about a week ago. That he posted this thread. Gained almost no traction. Somebody asked for a poll. Phil's Davey J sock account says, "Hang on, Phil. Told you he needs to grow his business this year. Not the time to do a charity, is it?" Hazard accurately responds, "A single day to do a charity stream isn't going to bankrupt him. A charity stream is exactly the sort of thing that would grow his business." Ash the Idiot actually says that'd be a good idea. Incredible. Can't believe he actually would respond to anything with any sort of, insight. And here's where things start to run off the rails. He says, just for invites, says that we would derail the stream. And he also says that Phil is too busy, that they're fake, and that they're too complicated to track donations. So, when we did ours, which we really don't even talk about that much, but when we did ours, it was very easy to track. All these different places. Child's Play. What's that one, Moogle? That's Child's Play, right? That you guys
Yeah.
partner with?
Yep. That's Child's Play. I work with them.
They have an easy way to track all these different places. It's easy to track your stuff. But this is where things kind of go off the rails. Hardcore Parkour says that blah blah blah. Some stuff from SoCal Witness. And Phil finally responds about, 100 posts in. And he says the following. Jeez. Man, Phil avoided this like the plague, didn't he? Jesus. So anyway, so there's some talk about the SOK fucking up his charity stream. Let me find where that started.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, it's Dr. Fizz. Look at that. That if we ever did do a charity stream, nobody that he would not derail it and stuff, and that's true. I don't really think it would like be anybody's goal to like fuck up his charity stream. It doesn't make any sense. What would be the point of that? You're not hurting Phil, you're hurting the charity, right? Same thing like with ours. People weren't like by trying to fucking talk shit about the charity. They weren't hurting us. I mean, we were gonna go on with our day no matter what. They were hurting the charity to fuck with that. So I don't think even people that want to like mess with Phil, I don't think they would mess with the charity. But I don't know. Somebody says if the SOK guys won't derail it, then what's stopping Phil from doing it? And Phil says something somewhat mature, but then obviously goes right back on it. It says, to be fair, this has nothing to do with SOK. God, why can't he fucking put it lowercase? You son of a bitch, man. Anyways. To be fair, this has nothing to do with SOK. SOK can be huge, unfair, childish dicks, but I don't believe any of them have actively done the nastiest stuff to me, swatting, false copyright strikes, etc. So I doubt they do anything to hinder a charity stream. That's nice. Hey, isn't that the nicest thing he's ever said, to call us huge, unfair, childish dicks? But to say that we wouldn't fuck up his charity stream?
Yeah, but read the next lines.
That's nice.
Oh god, it gets worse.
However, I did get swatted, DDoS attacked, had false copyright strikes, almost dragged my business into financial ruin, and have had my reputation completely slandered unfairly by others. Sadly, movements like This Is How You Don't Play, KWO, SOK, have, whether intentionally or not, created an unruly, uncontrollable mob of uninformed, immature people who hate me for reasons that aren't even factually true. They will spin a charity stream to be something incredibly negative, no matter how transparent, legit, and well-intended it is. And FYI, it happens all the time. Years ago, the Creatures did a charity stream, and they're not even commonly disliked, and suffered repeated DDoS attacks, hackings, and the like during it to make it a failure. I talked personally to SSOHPKC about it a few years back, and he said it was one of the worst, most disheartening experiences in his life because he wanted to do it. He wanted nothing for it to be a smashing success. That's such a weird way he put it. He wanted nothing for it to be a smashing success to help others, and instead it just became, how do we stop this next mischievous bullshit over and over during the event? That was the Creatures. Can you imagine what would happen to me? So that was fair. Kind of. I mean, he at least said that we didn't fuck him over big time. But you know who's got to jump into the fray. Another fucking shit I got to respond to with this piece of shit. So, KG, just to add to this, while that may or may not be true, they still went on their podcast and accused you of lying about some of those events. So let's address this word. Let's address this line by line. So Phil references the swatting and the false copyright strikes, and KG says that some of those events mentioned, so I would assume the swatting or the false copyright strikes, that we went on the podcast and accused you of lying about them. So he lists two things, and KG says some. So I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but so let's address that. Number one, the swatting, I don't think anyone accused him of lying about it. I think there were a few people that were skeptical, but we came on the air and we were expressing sort of disappointment. We were kind of bummed out about it because we knew, number one, people would think it was us and we'd have to deal with dumb shit because of it. But number two, it's genuinely what we don't want to see. It's not like we're fucking rooting for this kind of shit to happen because, again, it drags everybody down to have that happen. So I don't think anybody was like stoked. And the false copyright strikes, nobody lied about that. We've said it existed. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Their podcast promotes that sort of behavior, and Fred himself has even done things such as posting docs on your financial information, explained in depth to his viewers how to troll your Patreon account with fake donations, reminded people to add KO Gaming to all their parody videos, slandered Panda Lee on numerous occasions. Now, I will take credit for slandering Panda Lee on many occasions, but it is kind of funny, right, Fazzy? Fazzy guy. Oh, yeah, he said BRB. Motherfucker. But yeah, me and Fazzy do the shit, so I'll take credit for that. Posted docs on your financial information. So he's talking about a leaked email from 3 years prior that showed what Phil estimated that his channel was worth in terms of what he made for ads. So Phil didn't post how much he directly makes. Phil didn't post his actual financial information. He posted his estimate about what his channel was worth in terms of ad revenue over the year. If that's docs, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's not like solid docs, but yeah, it was an email that we had received through another person, and yeah, we showed it on the air. I don't know. I don't have any qualms about that. Explained in depth to his viewers how to troll your Patreon account with fake donations. Now that's false. I showed people what was happening. Same thing with reminded people to add KO Gaming to their stuff. We talked about what was already happening, right? Apparently, if you discuss what's going on, you are directly telling people to go do it. So I would say, for KG, I hope that you don't ever watch the news and they talk about, like going on a horse raping spree, because you would obviously, just by hearing that it happened, you would go out and do it, right? That would be you being encouraged to go do it. So I would just say to, keep the horse stuff to a consensual, every now and then basis, Sometimes I have to scratch my head with this guy because he knows we can't respond to him in a way that you can actually have a back and forth, right? He just kind of wants to do a little shit here. Phil was being fair, and he wants to fucking jam some agenda down and try to say, Phil was like, oh, I mean, they may be dicks to me every now and then, but they're not truly bad people. I mean, they didn't really fuck me over. And KG has, oh, hamburgers, Phil. No, they did. Look. Just an absolute piece of shit. And no, we don't promote any sort of behavior. In fact, I would say that we encourage raising the level of discourse. I say we encourage people to, stick to evidence-based stuff, stick to keeping it classy. I say that's what we would encourage, not demand or promote, but we encourage that type of behavior. I feel like most of us are well-spoken, well-intended individuals, and that, we bring that out of, ourselves and each other. But yeah, I don't know where he's coming up with this stuff, except for the slandered Panda Lee stuff. And, again, I'll take full credit for that. Definitely did. It's fun. Right? Isn't it fun to slander Panda Lee?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always fun listening to it.
Can Phil go one fucking day, though, without being a professional victim? I mean, every time he talks or he posts something on the forum, he always has to give his life story, and he always has to say, oh, everybody's hurting me. I'm such a victim.
Now, I just want to point out real quick, we often joke around about having a gun pointed to our heads and stuff, but I was just sent this here from Jackie Chan, and I just want to sort of say, you're pointing a gun at us right now. This is all fun and games until somebody gets hurt or threatened, and I just want to say, we take this very seriously. You are pointing a gun at us, at our heads, and I've never been so shaken by this kind of thing, but just don't do anything crazy.
The one thing that bothers me about this picture is not the gun, but his computer choice. Why the fuck you using a Mac?
Ooh.
The fuck's wrong with you?
Ooh.
Pulling an AJ.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck AJ too for that.
Ooh. The Mickety Mac.
Nah, I'm kidding. I just wanted something to fucking pick on about.
So
Macs are cool. Don't worry about 'em, man.
that's that. Oh, by the way, let me just bring this up real quick. Go ahead, Kama.
I was gonna say, maybe that's what Phil meant when he talked about literally punching people through the screen.
Borgen says that we've done charities in the past. They obviously support the idea of charity and that they would respect that. Very good. That's pretty right on. Here's KG again. Of course, man, KG really, he's low butter. He's really been sticking it to us. They do nothing but shit on Phil's Patreon, and those of us that have been part of it, even after some people like myself have supported their charity, they don't respect anyone on here, and that will never change. Anyway, we need to stop talking about the hate group before this topic goes even further off topic. You're the one that said about us. Like, he wants people to stop saying positive things about us. He wants for people... I mean, look at this face. Look at him. Look at this guy.
He's smug.
Look at that's the look on his face. Oh. When people are saying positive things, it's time to stop. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at the soulless eyes.
His face kind of reminds me of the Kappa face.
His nose looks like a boot.
I also noticed he's by the water, his usual habitat.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, just really goes out of his way to like try to throw us under the bus when things were sort of going our way. Everything was coming up SoKast. He says that it needs to stop. Revan, if they do exactly that, then the water charity the SOK has done in the past will have zero meaning from the anti-DSP community. They aren't heartless. I believe that the charity is a good idea and should be looked further upon. Now, I don't understand this. Maybe the English is failing me here. But if they do that, then the water charity the SOK has done in the past will have zero meaning from the anti-DSP community. What?
No.
So-
From the voice of the anti-DSP community.
I don't understand this. Yeah, the ambassador, right? The man.
Oh, yeah.
We bow down. He's such a diplomat. You know what I mean? We respect his opinion so much. He comes to us. Oh, Fred, Phil didn't mean to do that bad thing, and I'm supposed to fucking, Anyways, so this guy, why does everybody always try to put the charity on the line? Like, oh, if you guys do this, then the charity is for nothing.
Because they got nothing else. That's why.
Listen, all right. I don't know
Always
exactly
falls
how to
back to
frame
charity.
this. I don't know exactly how to put this, but like, we've sort of like moved on from the charity, right? I mean, like, if people say something about it, we'll like acknowledge that it happened because I mean, we're not gonna pretend that it didn't happen. I don't know if that's part of the deal with the charity is you have to act like it didn't happen, but like, we've sort of moved on, right? I mean, it happened. It was great. The community came together. I mean, it was the community that did it. We just, set it up and stuff, and the community is the one that funded it. I mean, but we've moved on. We don't talk about it. It's great. We should. Shit, man, that's a huge achievement, right? But the only people that talk about it now are, Phil's side of the deal. They want to use it as like, oh, well, if they do this action that I don't like, then therefore the charity was all for nothing. It's kind of fucked up. They're mad about it. There's nothing that you can do to act like it didn't exist. All you can do now is try to say, well, if they do this action, then that means that it didn't mean anything. Ask the people that received the money. Ask how they felt about it if it didn't mean anything. But antics. And that's it. Phil has not really participated in the charity stream after that, and consider it dead. I don't think we are going to see a charity stream from Philippe.
Well, he did say the Ice Bucket Challenge was stupid too. So I mean, obviously these guys support a guy who doesn't like supporting charities or even giving the charities. And even if he did, he'd just use it as a bragging right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I donated to charity. That means you can no longer hate me.
What's this? Long time firm. Oh, yeah, we keep getting shout outs on the forums. Another thing about somebody saying first time poster. Man.
Whatever happened to that rule of don't talk about detractors?
Well, you can, but it has to be negative. Can't be anything positive or fair or impartial.
That makes no fucking sense.
Has to be garbage. So
That completely defeats the purpose of having that rule. Just saying. It's fucking stupid. Fuck these forums. Shit anyway.
So that about covers that. Let's have a look-see at the DAC. The DACaroo. Alright. Phil finally admitted during a pre-stream that Leanna now has a part-time job, and thus Phil had no car of his own to drive to GameStop to acquire a video game on that day. How whipped is this 34-year-old male that his much younger girlfriend is part of the workforce, while Phil struggles to survive on the wings of his plummeting business, submitted by the Rad. Thoughts on that?
Fucking with Phil?
I've gotten a kick out of like this secret job with Phil because like he refuses to acknowledge up until now that she had a job. I believe she's had a job for at least 4 months now. And it's always been this giant secret, this giant mystery, but now like, I have to get the digital version because my girlfriend is using my car to go to work. Isn't that kind of funny? That's Leanna driving the Beamer to go to work.
What are we talking about?
Leanna driving the Beamer to go to work.
Well, I mean, it has to get used somehow.
Yeah, that's probably the most she's gotten.
Definitely.
I gotta be honest here, man. How I would feel really shitty if I sat on my ass all day and played games and my girlfriend was out working, like taking my car to go to work, and then coming home and doing all the shit. That would inspire me to want to go out and get an actual job, especially if my business was failing to the point where I had to, I need to beg extra. Oh, you guys need to help my business. It's on the decline. Oh, it's so negative and all this shit. Like, you should know to have some pride, some dignity. And who knows? As D Nova 03 says in the chat, maybe she's skipping out to go see Lord Vag.
But Phil has pride and dignity. The pride and dignity to not do any manual labor.
Yeah, he's less motivated to work. Less motivated to work. It's the opposite. He says less motivated quietly, and he says to work loudly. But congratulations to her. She's got a job. That's sort of what we've given her shit for, and yeah. I just think it's kind of funny that, like, I think maybe Phil thinks that this is like a band-aid on the problem, but like, I think this is another factor towards the end of his YouTube career. That his girlfriend's going out getting a job. I'm sure she can't be too thrilled with this idea that she's picturing him at home just sitting around playing video games while she's, out there fucking working and shit. Can't imagine that makes her feel all that good, but I don't know. Any thoughts on that before we move on? Alright. Let's see here. Let's do a couple more Phil things. We'll do the gaming stuff, and then we'll get out of here so that we can do the lozengers. We spent a lot of time on a lot of different topics, so that's a good topic. It says it's submitted by Moogle, but I'm sure it's not. All right, let's do this one.
I never submitted anything. What the hell are you talking about?
Somebody asking if they can get some juice.
Okay.
All right, so here is maybe one of the last Phil topics we'll talk about tonight, and then we'll get out of here with the Phil stuff. We'll do the gaming stuff, and we'll dip.
Didn't Phil play Battleborn not too long ago too?
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Moogle. I know you're chomping at the bit, Moogle. Go ahead. Let's hear it. What do you got?
Just want to say it's a relevant thing because he did that recently.
Have
funny,
Mr. Mags.
Okay, funny thing. So me and Kaz is here. He knows what's up. So we were in a group. It was a 4-man group with Cantus Monk and Wavy. Basically, what happened was we were playing and we were queued. We actually got into a game with Phil.
The first match we were gonna have was Phil.
Literally the first match when we all queued up in a party, we pretty much got into a match with Phil.
Was also going to be his first match.
Yeah, we never actually played with him because someone left queue as we came in, but Eddie got a screen cap of it. So if you can find that, it's God, I have to look like down on his Twitter for that. But he got a screen cap of it. It was pretty fucking awesome. I actually legitimately laughed when I saw that. I was like, holy shit! I didn't think we'd fucking run into him the first time we queued in. But him playing Battleborn, I didn't watch it because I was busy playing the game myself.
You were in it,
and
Google.
I was really fucking into it. I heard it was a train wreck. And I heard he was comparing it to what, Borderlands and Destiny, which the games play nothing alike. At all.
It looks
I mean, maybe the Borderlands the Borderlands aspect, sure, but Destiny, no, far from that. Plays more. It really plays a lot more like Borderlands than it does Destiny. I don't know where he gets the Destiny elements from, but it sure as hell not.
Well, Destiny is like Borderlands, so
kind of in a way, yeah. I just think it's a weird comparison to make. But yeah, as far as the game goes, it's a really fun game. You guys should play the beta. It's a really fun game. I wouldn't underestimate Gearbox on it. They actually really did a good job on the game itself. The beta is really fun to play. I was really surprised at how fun it was, and like I said, I heard the whole thing that he did was a train wreck. He had no idea what he was doing, and I don't know, he apparently bitched a lot.
Yeah, he tried to play it like he plays Call of Duty. Like,
which
he picked
which is kind of hard to do.
Yeah, he picked a medic character, just to heal his teammates. He tried to play.
What was that, Miko,
aggressively.
the mushroom dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you try to play him like a carry or something? Because you kind of can't do that with that character. Doesn't really have any
everything. Every character he picked, he tried to play the game like Call of Duty. He was running into the enemy. He was trying to go behind enemy lines. He was just getting killed left and right because of that.
I'm surprised he didn't play Wrath. That'd be fucking interesting. But yeah, as far as the thing goes, yeah, we pretty much almost got into a game with him, and his Battleborn Beta thing apparently was a train wreck. I don't know if I don't know if he's actually going to play the full game. I don't know. It'd be interesting, and be pretty niche at the same time, as he would say with every fucking game that he plays. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, fair enough. Let's have a look. See, we covered almost everything that we wanted to. Let's do some gaming stuff, and then we'll. Oh, another. Ooh. Why must Loophole condemn classic games, only enjoy games from the last few years, and how does someone with such a boring and capricious view of gaming enjoy anything? Submitted by Anonymous.
God damn.
Okay.
Capricious.
I hate old games.
Capricious. Well, to be fair, you were playing fucking Ghostbusters on NES.
I was playing Ghostbusters on NES yesterday.
Last night, yeah.
Here's the thing. I love old games. I love older games, and, I'm not even from that time period. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, is one of my favorite games of all time. Never played it when I was a kid. I always played it on emulator. Never played it on the whole thing. I love old games. I love old games, too. So I don't know where that came from, but yeah, I grew up with games on the PS1 when I was younger, and yeah, so I've never had a disfondness for old games. So just to put simply, and not gonna rant on it for too long, it's stupid, but it is.
I wanted
like
to give you a tough
games.
one. You usually get the easy questions,
I know, I do, but I don't agree with that at all. I think that what I say on Twitter doesn't. It's not the only things about me. I like to rant and rave sometimes, but I do love older games. I love a lot of newer games too. I played lots of good games this year. Yeah, so for the I hate fun, I really don't. I have fun almost all the time. So just saying. That's all I gotta say on it.
Very nice. Let's see. People talking about Baldur's Gate. I don't know anything about that. You guys know about Baldur's Gate?
I think it's who made that fucking? It was some old game. Why? What about it? What is there? What?
CJ Broski asked
Yep,
thoughts
where?
on the recent Steam release of the DLC expansion to Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition Siege of Dragonsphere, as well as being able to download via Steam Store the soundtracks as music files of both the main game and the expansion as DLCs to be able to play them via Steam Music Player for any interested.
Guess it's good if you want that.
I think Baldur's Gate is like an old game. That was the first one. Let me just check the date here. I remember there's one game in the series for the PS2. Plays like Champions of Norath.
That was a
it's
fun
from
game.
1998. So that's like almost 20 years ago.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's nice that they're like releasing a new expansion for it. You know, making people go back to it. You know, maybe to see if there's interest for a new game in the series. Perhaps it's quite good actually.
Isn't Blizzard doing the same thing with Diablo 2? Or something?
I don't know.
They're updating it.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Very
heard
up. Yeah,
something
they
about
updated.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they updated it.
Yeah, I heard something from a friend of mine because he plays that game actively. That's pretty neat, actually, that they're bringing back older games.
Yeah, they actually
Hopes.
did Diablo 2.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is pretty sick.
all right. So let's do this one. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be. This has the potential to be incredibly weird or incredibly unusual. Who do you think will win in the death battle between Ratchet and Clank versus Jak and Daxter? Submitted by Sir Dizelot. Bungle is scratching his chin here. Uh-oh.
I'm honestly thinking that Ratchet and Clank will win, and
Yeah.
that's not just out of my
Yeah.
bias toward Ratchet and
Well,
Clank
no,
either.
because see, Jack and
Motherfucker's
Daxter.
Arsenal.
Jack and Daxter's like fucking. Oh, we live in some weird ass random time, and we don't do. They're like nothing. They're like cavemen, whereas Ratchet and Clank are like astronauts. They'll fuck you up. They have big guns. Fucking Jack has nothing. Oh, I'm emo Jack. Oh, I'll hit
But
you with my little
he's
claws.
got the soul patch.
Yeah, I'll hit you with my
Yeah.
little claws.
Lane Dark Gent.
All right.
I remember,
It's not his power.
I remember like we were talking about it a couple days back, and we were going like, "Oh, Jack's like a god, so he can beat Ratchet and Clank."
All right, let me look at this from a technical standpoint.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm not gonna go too deep into
Oh,
this,
God.
but I'm just gonna say a couple of things.
Oh, he's going full Moogle now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
All
are
right,
the
listen.
Moogle.
You're
of Ratchet
roasting
and Clank.
yourself. You
Yeah.
Go
realize
move
it,
it,
right?
Fuzzy.
All right, listen. You do this all the time. It's my turn.
Jack has guts. There you go.
It's my turn.
All right,
Oh,
so-
God.
Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet has a gigantic arsenal of weapons at his disposal,
Mhm.
and Clank also has time abilities as well as the ability to use weapons himself. So, combine that with some of Jack's powers, such as Dark Eco, his Supernova weapon, and his time manipulation powers. Clank would be able to get past that because he has the Quantum Actuator upgrade from A Crack in Time, if they do so choose to include that. So it would be a simple matter of throwing a Groovatron and blasting Jack with the Rhino. Depending on who pulls out their weapon first and who shoots first and all that other bullshit.
Who shoots first?
It really
fuck
comes
this-
down to
all right,
that
Fuck
because
this
each
question.
of
We need a board.
no, listen.
I didn't know Ratchet
No,
was
listen.
solo.
No, you see, listen.
Oh,
Because
what-
Ratchet can counter nearly every single one of Jack's moves, and Jack can counter nearly every single one of
All right, hold on.
Ratchet's
It
moves.
It comes down to this: Ratchet, big guns, Jack, none. Boop, done. He wins. Good job, everybody. Take your medals. We're home.
Wait, but Jack
Next
has the light and dark.
I don't
Doesn't
give a
he?
fuck. He doesn't need to get to shit. He's a
He has
retard.
guns,
Okay,
though.
let's go on. Boom, boom.
That
He has
is
nothing.
a precursor.
Oh, I have superpowers. I'm not. I have little claws. That's all he has. Oh, I have claws. Who gives a shit about the claws? If I want to have claws, I'll wait for Christmas.
Yeah,
Did
whatever.
you just say that?
I-
Okay,
I
no,
will
no, no,
bet.
no. That loophole, that line was worse than Fazzy's entire rant. All right.
Nah.
Oh, if I want
Yeah, but-
claws, I'll wait for Christmas.
Oh, I'm surprised Fazzy didn't go into, oh, Clank could just go back in time and make sure that Jack and Daxter never existed.
Nah, because they can't. Nah, because Clank wouldn't be able to do that because he can't use the Great Clock. So shut up.
Shut up.
All right.
Alright,
And now
TV.
listen, just as the final thing, Ratchet and Clank's gonna win. That's
We all
it.
agreed on it. So
Yes,
lovely.
we did. All right, that's it. Moving on.
Ooh, that's hey, actually somebody in the chat has a good idea. Catatonian Gamer says new idea for the SoKast. Go against another member about a gaming topic. That's pretty good. Have like a debate. That could be a cool segment. All right.
Didn't that happen with Ratchet and Clank?
Well, it kind of yeah.
I know.
Oh, totally.
Now here's something that interests me. You know, we got a lot of inside jokes, right? And we sort of really enjoy to have these little inside jokes, but it's understandable that some people would not know what these things are. So Tyler Hansen, Mr. Moneybags, has asked, and we cannot bring ourselves to, you know, to keep Mr. Tyler Hansen, Mr. Motherfucking Moneybags, the way that these giveaways are possible. We can't deprive him of this information. So, first of all, he asked, where did oh ho ho come from? Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but this, should we slander? All right. We'll not
He's
slander him.
popular.
We'll just
mention
say that his name is No Fuckers, right? NFKRZ or whatever.
Yeah.
There's that guy that did the Phil video, then took it down and claimed that he was having moral dilemmas over posting it. Then he put it right back up and claimed that he had rendering problems and then put 4 ads on it instead of 1. That guy. He had this stupid intro where it's like part of this song called Home Design by Casting and B-Brains or some shit like that. And his fucking song started, oh, ho, ho. And we thought it was the dumbest fucking sounding thing ever. So then it became an inside joke. 'Cause we thought it was so stupid. I think Loophole's the first person that like really fucking took issue with it. And then we just started mocking it, and then it turned into a meme, and then we just started doing it all the time. So
Yep.
that's where that comes from. Now technically we thought at first that this guy made that himself, but it's actually just part of a song. It's part of a vapor. What is
Stole it.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Vaporwave.
technically. Yeah,
Vaporwave.
vaporwave. Yeah, it's a microwave song.
Microwave.
But yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, it started off as mocking it, and then it turned into like a reaction to stuff, like to show dismay or like to mock someone, like, oh, when Fazzy was fucking doing that, he sounded, oh, Fazzy, and then you do that shit. You turn it into a song. It's fun. So that's where that comes from. Originally mocking the dumbest sounding soundbite that we've ever heard, and then repurposing it to express anguish or dismay. The next one that Tyler asks is Great Flavor. Now, this is probably the most obscure one. This one comes from me discovering this. So, from time to time, I find it entertaining to watch these like food review people, these people that sit in their car and eat food. Like Joey's World Tour, right? He's
Man.
incredibly make fun-ofable, you know?
Make fun.
Make fun of him.
Riffable.
Yeah, he's riffable. Yeah, it's easy to riff on him, right? Cooking with Jack, you know, that kind of stuff. And I found this one guy. His name is Casual Gamer Reed. Now that's just a smorgasbord for us, right? Because we always talk about casuals and stuff. But he's this redneck food reviewer, and he sits in his car and he's like, all right, people, there's a guy. I'm going to review this sausage biscuit. Oh, it's got a great fire. And just sits in his fucking car and just goes on and on about how something has great flavor. That's the only thing he ever describes food as being. Oh, that's got a great flavor, great flavor. Yeah, we repackaged that and, turned it into, stuff having great flavor. So, yeah, really, really dumb shit that we fucking... Reaper said I'm plugging the best YouTubers. Yeah, I'm plugging Reapers 2402 now, I guess. Yeah, we come up with dumb shit, right? We bring dumb shit into the Skype calls and onto the show. And this show is a product of our Skype calls. So, yeah. Oh, grape flavor. Hey, that's good. A grape flavor.
A
I like
grape
that.
flavor.
It's got
Got a
It sounds
grape
great.
flavor.
yeah.
It has a grape flavor.
So while we're here, I guess maybe we should open it up to the stream chat for just a second here. I mean, we got a couple minutes before we switch over to the lozengers. What other inside jokes
Ooh,
or
boy.
references are you guys curious about? And maybe we'll explain it. Maybe. How about
Maybe
that?
wavy.
Yeah. We'll take a few. And then we'll
boy.
depart for our lozengers. The lozengers, for those of you that are curious, we're gonna do Sly Cooper and Jack and Daxter.
Ooh boy.
Oh,
Too big.
boy.
We got
Two chaff
I'm
grenades.
gonna die.
Two chef masterpieces.
All right, we
Someone
got
said-
some good ones.
Gugats.
Gugats. We got
Gugats. We gotta
Okay,
say
so
Gugats.
Gugats is Howard. Howard said Gugats in the Phil video, the drama video.
We also got stupid food.
Stupid food is from
Stupid
Cooking with Jack.
food.
He went to a restaurant and he talked about how like he had to wait so long to get this food. So he looks at his food. He's like, "Stupid food," and he's like, sort of like he's adoringly saying it to the food.
Stupid food.
Oh, stupid food.
Says it like
Stupid
twice.
food.
I'll linky link.
What about the hee dad?
Oh my god.
He
We can explain it. We can explain in layman's terms, I think.
Okay. Go ahead, Lipple. Give us the layman's terms.
Oh, okay. So as we all know, Cooking with Jack, very fine friend
No.
of the podcast. We had his son Jack Jr. on, so you guys might know him, episode 16, I believe. And yeah, he's in he's with Cooking with Jack videos, and he's on them a lot. And there's a video where Jack, Cooking with Jack, goes on Jack Jr.'s field trip. He goes on the field trip, and he's like a chaperone, I guess. Like he's the dad. Like, oh, I volunteered to go on this field trip. So he goes on the field trip with Jack Jr. And on the bus on the way home from the field trip, these are a bunch of kids. You know, they went to like some nature center, I think, or something. I don't fucking know. But they were hungry. They're like, oh, I'm starving. Kids screaming at the camera because Cooking with Jack is filming this, and he's filming everyone. All the kids are going, oh, I'm hungry. I'm starving. And then so Jack is filming them for like a couple seconds, and then he moves the camera over to Jack Jr. And he has this face.
It's on screen. Right now. It's on
You
the
just
screen.
have to see it
It's on the
to
screen
believe
right,
it.
Yeah, it's on the screen right now.
That's the face he gives to his dad, just randomly out of nowhere. And what other thing do you think he's thinking other than he dad?
Look how lovingly he's looking at him. He loves him
Yes,
so much.
very lovely. He loves his dad.
Loves him. Look it.
Oh,
So yeah.
it's very sweet.
Loves his dad.
Yeah, he loves his dad.
There
And
you
here's
go.
this.
He's eating.
Here's this-
He was eating flaming hot Cheetos on the bus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. He's
Oh,
eating
very
hot
good.
Cheetos on the bus. And he's not supposed to be eating it. Where all these other kids are starving.
Mm-hmm.
There's the stupid food with the timestamp and everything.
People keep
We
asking
just-
for shit kitchen.
Shit
Oh,
kitchen.
God.
Well, I named it fucking shit kitchen because I fucking hate that shit.
God.
Look up Cooking with Hoarders. That's it.
So fucking Blake, fucking Blake, we had the fucking idea. We had the fucking idea to fucking let Blake into our InstaSync and let him fucking put videos in there. We stumbled upon two of the most disturbing videos ever. One of them is this dude who like trolls people with this hoarding kitchen. It's called Cooking with Hoarders, and he has like a disgusting kitchen, to which I dubbed it Shit Kitchen. And that's pretty much it. Comes from me. I named it Shit Kitchen. It's supposed to be Cooking with Hoarders, but Shit Kitchen just rolls off the tongue, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. That's a good way of putting it. Also, Dino Nuggies, I think needs an explanation.
Again, comes from me. So we're gonna see a pattern here. But so I had a hankering for some chicken nuggies.
Oh my
Some
god.
chicken fries, to be specific, because chicken fries are just so delectable, right? They're chicken nuggies, but in a different shape. They're more dippable. You know what I mean? They're more portable. You know what I mean? And so I really wanted to get a rise out of Loophole. You see, Loophole is a very excitable young man, and if you say things to him, he'll use it for the rest of his life. And I said, "Oh, I'm looking at some chicken nuggies." And then I said, "You know what? I'm going to get some dino nuggies." Just because I knew Loophole was going to freak out. I thought he was just going to freak out in that specific call. But this then became a recurring meme for months. I think it's been months, officially. Dino nuggies.
It's been a month. No, it's been about
hashtag
a
chicky
month.
nuggies, perfecto. Chicky
No.
fries, perfecto. Dino nuggies, taking it to the next step. If you really want to fucking put some stank on it, you go
Stank.
get... That's got the spice, Loophole.
Oh. The dankness, yeah.
The Dino
No.
nuggies.
Yeah, so fuck the Dino Nuggies. Any other ones? I saw a couple. There's Shamrock Shake.
That's you.
So that's me. So it was just the day was St. Patrick's Day about a month ago. And I was like, you know what? I really want Shamrock Shake. So I was hungry and I had to have food. But you know what? I'll splurge a little and I'll get a Shamrock Shake. And I just like saying the word Shamrock Shake 'cause it's funny. So that's all the Shamrock Shake goes to.
All right. What's all this "we hate Blake" meme? Well, he's just a disgusting fucking... I'm just kidding. So he has the worst Twitter of all time. He will admit this, and everyone agrees. And Cantus is quickly on his way. He's like Diet Blake, Cantus Monk. He's Blake in training. I dubbed him his son, and he's in the chat now, so say hi to him. Cantus has, a PG version of Blake's Twitter. Blake's Twitter is just a black hole, a place where dreams are crushed, place where all hope is dead, just absolute shit at all times, and we give him shit for it. The worst Twitter of all times. Do not follow it. I don't even know what it is now. I'm glad I don't.
I'm always fucking
Even tells
sucking
people
dick
to not
over it.
follow him.
Yeah, it's a good advice.
I think it's Broke Tonga now, so he went back to it,
Nah.
if I recall.
Shit piece.
Shit piece was Kingdom Hearts. The only good thing to come out of Kingdom Hearts 2, Let's Endure. Which I still haven't found him. I didn't find back where he said shit piece, but he said it in like a questioning way, like, "Oh, shit piece?" Like he was like questioning it with a lot of excitement. Like he was excited that shit piece was going to be the answer to the question he was asking or something. I don't know. What else?
Reapers said 24-hour stream, a meme run stream.
That was back for the charity.
Yeah, that might have been when you died and we heard the fucking chandelier break.
No, it says just the 24-hour stream. It's just a 24-hour stream supposed to be where I did fucking meme run and Mookle finished it off. So that's really is all about there. Oh, Gooby.
So, Gooby, please.
Dolan.
Yeah, that's back from Dolan. Yeah, so I stumbled upon memes 7 years too late, and I found Dolan Duck, and Gooby, and Boggs Binny, and Morky,
Spoderman,
and what's it?
Spoderman,
Dafty or something. I forgot
Dafty Duke.
Dafty. So Gooby, please. Yeah, it's pretty good. That one's a little bit bigger of a meme.
Yeah.
I saw Slide It Under the Door. That's me. So I'm proud of Slide It Under the Door. I like that one a lot.
Just slide it under the door.
We were describing AJ playing Peace Walker all the time, and then he's like Domino's is to AJ what carrots are to Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean? That's his raison d'etre. So AJ loves the Domino's, and I was describing what would happen when the delivery driver comes to AJ's house, but AJ is far too preoccupied playing Pizza Walker to want to fucking get up and deal with the guy. So the delivery driver knocks on his door and says, I've got your pizza, and AJ responds, just slide it under the door. So that's the slide it under the door. Is
Piece
AJ,
by piece.
yeah, and then,
Oh, God.
yeah, I can't fit. Slide it piece by piece through the mail slot.
AJ's voice is very funny.
Yes, it is.
It's quite laughable.
Yeah.
He's
Pizza
gonna go
Walker,
into
Pizza
Good
Walker,
morning,
that's
Small.
fine.
just an extension. It's an extension of that. Just
Peace Walker,
since
Pizza
he loves
Walker.
Peace Walker. Yeah, he loves
Yeah.
Peace Walker. So
I said that they'd have a delivery vehicle that would come to his house. It'd be the Pizza Walker. They'd
yeah,
send one
Yep.
of those.
The P-Walker.
beautiful.
Beautiful. That's loophole.
Really?
Isn't that
Hey,
also
you
cooking with
brought it
Jack?
from from
I
Jack.
said that a long time ago, way before I found you guys, so.
Oh.
I did.
The
Yeah, he
mouth?
said the word beautiful.
The mouth, that's one of mine. See, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I need to write a book, ladies and gentlemen. The mouth.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say who it was that I said it to, but somebody was talking and I didn't want them to anymore, so I said, "Hey, person, the mouth," and it was just meant to be an understanding that this person has said so much, and instead of shutting the mouth, it's just the mouth. Hey, the mouth. You need to close it. So yeah, that.
Oh, wait. Then what about, don't talk to me?
Don't talk to
Don't
me.
talk
Another
to
one
me.
of mine.
Stupidest fucking goddamn.
You don't like
inside
"Don't
joke.
talk to me"?
Don't talk to me. No,
It's the most. It's the
annoying.
most like passive aggressive thing you can say. It's
Oh,
more
yeah.
than shut up. It's way more than shut up. It's, hey, don't talk to me,
Freddy boy.
Freddy boy. That's back from Hollywood Kojima. He called himself Georgie boy or whatever, and he kept referring to me as Freddy boy.
Freddy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even when he came on and did the whole there's a new president now, and I'd like to announce Freddy boy. Freddy boy.
Oh,
I
man,
remember.
there's one that I know a lot of people probably forgot. Like Loophole's like great writing abilities with Gabies.
No,
I don't
that's not
need to-
inside
I don't
joke.
need
that,
to,
that should
be
forgotten
reminded
in
of that.
time.
You want to know what shouldn't be?
No,
Rat
no, that's
rugs.
it for the show.
Rat Rug, it's the same thing. Rat Rugs and Gabies, it's the same thing.
It was the sequel to Blues.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The Blues Clues shit.
That wasn't really an inside joke though. It was just stupid, but it was funny. And yeah, I recommend people watch Gabies and the Blues Clues. That was fantastic.
Not good.
Absolutely fantastic. And I think Gabies is underrated. I think it's a hidden gem. in
Yeah.
the,
Oh yeah. You better hope that
channel.
gem stays hidden from the police.
Oh
because-
no. Well, let me tell you something, Fred.
Uh-oh.
That video is real good.
You had the courage.
Yeah, I had the
to make-
courage
Yeah.
to recommend it. No, because here's the thing. I was doing something with Sly Cooper. This is the charity, and it was with Sly Cooper. I was playing Sly 2. I played the majority of. I played all of Sly 1 and like half of Sly 2, and I was like, I'll pick it up later. And I was really fucking tired. I had a lot of technical issues that day, and I was tired. I was beat, so I was in bed. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I made the greatest story of all time.
Oh,
Rat
yeah.
Rugs.
You know what? Why don't you give people a brief?
Oh, God.
Give them the cliff notes of what happens, because I remember.
I think you should finish that, Mary.
It says it encapsulates what it is. Rat Rug is the
Encapsulates.
edgy retelling
Mm-hmm.
of the Rug Rats
Uh-huh.
Nickelodeon show.
And the origin? Why did this come to mind?
Because it was supposed to be, there needed to be like a sequel to Blue's Clues, because that was an enormous success.
There wasn't a lot of sex going on there, though.
Yeah, there was. There's the
More drinking
talent-
than sex. It was more Fizz's deal. More drinking, less
I
sex.
remember all I remember from Blue's Clues is that Blue the dog masturbated. So the swimsuit count. So, yeah, if you thought that's bad, Gabies is like.
Let me give you the brief rundown on Gabies. All right, the story starts. The reason Loophole had this idea was because in the the PlayStation 1 Rugrats game.
Yeah.
You know how Tommy shoots the milk out of his bottle? Well, Loophole thought it looked like he came onto the camera.
Dude, it does. I gotta find a gif of that.
Yeah, find a gif. So he decided that the
like
babies would be very sexualized, and
edgy for a modern day. These Gabies are loud and proud.
modern day love story. So
All right, it's
the
okay,
babies
hold
are,
on.
getting ready to have sex. Go ahead.
It's not from the PS1 game, but that's what it looks like. Look at it. He's like showering you.
Oh yeah, really? That's
Look
a
at
bukkake right there.
Sorry, go ahead.
Baby bukkake. So, anyways, an infant having the ability to ejaculate apparently is something. So the babies are getting ready to have sex. They're discovering their own sexuality with each other. Then the dog Spike gets out of the house and gets run over by a car. So the babies console each other by having sex. The end.
No. See, there's a point to it. There's a social meaning
I just
to
did
it.
the whole plot.
I know. I'm saying that there's meaning behind it.
Oh, go ahead. Tell us. You're such
I
a
explained it for
visionary
like an
of a
hour.
director.
Visionary, very, very, very. It shows controversial issues through the eyes of the innocents, the babies.
Babies
and,
having sex with each other
by
in
direct-
response to
They,
losing their
no,
dog.
they don't have. No. That's not what happens at the end. They play with themselves and. God damn it.
They play with themselves. They play
Yeah.
with each other. And people are blaming me. People said, "What the fuck, Fred? I didn't come up with this. Lipple came up with this." Go on the Sons of Kojima channel and look up the Gabies video. It was like Loophole directs it or some shit. Gabies. Yeah.
I'll link it.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's
Man,
hilarious. I recommend everybody listens to it. It's funny. And it's pretty short.
Man,
I mean, like,
Luke,
there's
if
a
you
bunch
become
of bullshit.
If you become
It's
a director for movies, I can't wait to see your first movie.
Gabies, the musical.
Yeah, that is his first movie.
There's a movie coming out called Gaby Baby, so
Great.
who knows?
That's great.
Yeah. There you go. So,
Any other inside jokes that we should explain?
Oh, people wanted to know about the siege.
Oh, the siege.
fucking stout is fucking.
Yeah. All right. So let's give the full story. So those idiots in what was it, Washington or Oregon? I think it was like the Washington Nature Preserve or some shit, or
It was
Oregon.
Oregon.
These fuck idiots. I don't think I've ever called anyone a fuck idiot before, but these fuck idiots were held up in like this nature reserve, and they live streamed themselves yelling at the police. They titled it something the siege, like the FBI siege. We were like, they called it a siege? Oh, that's really fancy. So we were watching it, and we all agreed it's the dumbest shit ever, and it was very uneventful, and it was just stupid. And then we decided, and by we I mean I, decided that we should do a hitbox stream to parody it and call it the siege, and we would be just as meaningful and just as impactful as their siege, where we would do nothing at all and just sit there and declare that we were having a siege and make no impact on the world, much like they did. So then we, continued to assure people that it was a siege, so that way people would know that it was a siege and refer to it as a siege. And Loophole didn't appreciate it very much.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid. You're taking it so serious. It's like, what the fuck are
That
you
was the
talking about?
joke.
The joke was
You
so
were the one
terrible,
taking
and
it
I was like,
serious.
okay, what's the joke? Because I was out of it.
The joke was that it was
so
the
fucking
siege.
boring. That's the joke. It wasn't funny.
It was a
It
siege.
wasn't explained well at all.
It wasn't meant to be funny. It was
It
meant to be
wasn't
a
obvious.
siege.
Here's the thing, Fred. People judge from today and the siege. I guess people just don't understand your jokes.
What? It's a siege.
The siege. It was so stupid. It was just bad. Like I was like, okay, what about the siege? This siege or that siege? Oh,
It was our
mess.
siege. Our siege was the best
Our
siege.
siege. There's no siege.
It was a siege. We called it as such.
I still don't fucking get it. Even when you fucking
What is
try
there
to
not to get?
What's the fucking joke? That they didn't do anything?
The repetition of the word siege. Yeah, they didn't do anything, and neither did we.
Because of us. Here's the thing. The joke was inside. We streamed an inside joke. That's literally all that was. That was an inside joke of a stream.
Yeah.
And nobody fucking
Pascal
understood
streamed it.
Yeah, of all people. You let Pascal stream.
Well, it's better
What?
than letting Wavy stream, so.
You confused us more than anyone else.
What?
It's supposed to be
Me.
good.
What's wrong
Supposed
with me
to be good.
streaming?
I said
Was
Wavy.
good.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
What a
So,
shit
yeah.
fuck.
See, Candace loves the siege. He understands it.
Fuck to siege.
An eccentric fellow said you just got sieged.
Nope.
See, and Purple Pie
Damn.
wants to know when the siege is happening. So another thing is,
Never.
after the fact, we realized that in the Dolan cartoon, one of the little ducks mentioned the siege, Test Siege. While you were away from Dolan Town, I was able to start Test Siege. So to use siege in a comical way where it does not apply, because it sounds like a cool word, right? Oh, that was a siege. Yeah. And Person X doesn't like the siege, but I mean, you know, it doesn't really matter. So there you go.
Jesus.
Siege.
Yeah. Someone mentioned the hamburgers thing with KG.
Oh, because he sounds like Butters. That's all.
He looks like Butters.
He looks and sounds like Butters, and that's hamburgers. The line says by Butters, so you know. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that package.
Oh, yeah. But he got a package. He's like, oh, hamburgers. Look at the size of that package.
I don't want to hear about packages. They're life-threatening.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to hear about phone books either, do you?
You said with one point. Oh, we gotta.
Come on, he wants
we gotta talk about it.
He wants Flame's package.
Nah, but yeah, I think that's an inside joke. There's nothing from it that was quotable. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah. Is there anything
Yee.
else? Yee? Yee comes from, just internet. See, I thought yee was just to say yeah, like yee. But, I guess it kind of is. It's an affirmation, but it comes from that stupid fucking, dinosaur thing. The Dino Nuggies.
Get the fuck out.
Na 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 yee.
All right, I think we could also do this in layman's terms. Lol, butter.
Didn't we
Uh-oh.
already explain that inside
Hit us
joke?
up with
like
the law
last
butter, Lipple.
All right, so lol butter is the phrase someone. This is a really old meme. This is
One of the
almost a 2-year-old
oldest.
meme. One of the oldest. It's still going around today. People say it without even knowing the background. So that's how good of an inside joke it is. It has become an outside joke.
It's
So
transformed.
it is
It
transformative.
has
It is-
liquidity to it.
it's public domain joke. It's a public domain joke.
Yep.
So lol butter is simply some guy who was trying to say lol butt hurt. Someone was trying to say lol butt hurt, like LOL your butt hurt. Instead of saying lol butt hurt, he said lol butter.
Yeah, multiple times.
Multiple times.
Like he was
lol
so
butter.
proud of it. He was so proud of it that he like made sure to contest the space to make sure that people knew he said lol butter. Like he said it like 7 times because other people were talking. He wanted
Lol
to
butt.
make sure that it was received and that he got his like laugh credit for it, you know? He was
Yep.
very aggressive forcing the lol butter.
Yeah.
If people didn't hear him, he would have been lol butter.
Ooh. Lil bitter.
Yeah, he
And
would have
also
been
Lil bitter is
Lel
like
bitter. That's fucking Lipple.
yeah, it's just a spicy way of saying it. Little bitter. He's a little bitter.
Yeah, he's a little bitter.
These should be like tongue twisters. Lol butter, little bitter.
Lel bitter.
Lol butter, little bitter, lel better.
Yeah.
Lel better.
So yeah, I think that covers all the memes, all the fucking inside jokes.
The big ones.
What
The big
about
ones.
like near perfect?
That's
That's
Lipple.
me.
Yeah, that's him
It's like movie
talking
shit.
about Django Unchained, right? Fantastic movie. Near perfect. It was so good. So good. Django
Yeah.
Unchained rocked my fucking nutsack off and fucking sucked my dick.
Yeah. And Nito Burrito we talked about
Fucking
last
pro
week.
night,
So
yeah.
What about like $5?
$5.
That was Lipple talking about me.
Yeah, that fucking piece of shit stole my money and laughed at me for it.
Poorly
Oh, yeah.
made.
Poorly made. That was DSP. He
Yep.
said that during Vice City Stories.
Like with so much rage too. Oh, it's poorly made.
It's poorly made.
Meat and
Yeah.
That's right,
potatoes.
as
I'm
fast
not
as you
touching
want
it.
to
No,
fucking
no
God.
meat and potatoes. I'm not touching. Ask Be Awesome one.
I don't want to
Tweet-
talk about that.
Tweet Be Awesome one. Ask him what meat and potatoes is. He'll be more than happy to show you.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Don't and also ask
Phil
Blake
found
for,
out what it was too, didn't he? On the
Yeah.
WWE stream.
Also, I saw someone earlier say Finley Dick. Ask Blake for that one.
Ask Blake for that, or maybe Diet Blake can fill you in instead.
Yeah.
Nop. Actually, I believe. I don't think Nop was mine. I think that was Pascal.
Nap.
I think because Pascal has this, weird sense of humor, and I think he like exclaimed "nap," like that was his. He'd be very brief and short, like "nap," and that was his response to getting slandered all the time. So
Yeah.
we
And
actually have one that was stolen from Pascal. Well, not stolen, but acquired from Pascal.
Same with Lipple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, Lipple. Yeah, I like to. So what am I? I like to mispronounce words, on purpose.
Boogmak.
Yeah, Boogama. A whipper. Yeah.
A whipper.
A whooper.
You can make it the
Yeah, what the fucking Boogamuk.
I don't know. Be awesome when I was ordering it.
I want
Yeah.
the Big Mac crunch. But
Biggie Crutch.
yeah, I think that does it. Is there any more? Anything else? Any other inside jokes before we get out of here? Wind down, get into the lozengers.
I think that's like, well, I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, so here's the deal, people. If we did not get to your topics in the Google Doc, the Google Doc, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, that's a good time to say it too. The Google Doc, it's the Google Doc, but it doesn't have the ending sounds. I like to mispronounce shit on purpose. It's fun. The Google Doc. If you submitted something to the Google Doc, and we did not get to it, we'll try our best to get to it next week. We'll carry some good stuff over, especially like the miscellaneous stuff, and that kind of stuff is timeless. So we'll try to carry that stuff over. We very much appreciate you guys submitting to the Google Doc each and every week. It makes the show, all that much better. And yeah, so we always feel bad if we can't cover every single one of those things, but we do our best each and every week. And yeah, please continue to submit to them if you want to try to get your question or comment or whatever answered. We very much appreciate it. So let's wind down. Let's get out of here for tonight with the SoKast. First and foremost, Mr. Kaz, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Kaz_SOK. So you're gonna see a lot of retweets from shoutouts to Eddie and Dragon Killer, and maybe some rants sometimes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mr. Kamasubu.
You can find me on Twitter and YouTube at Kamasubu. I'm finishing up Assassin's Creed Unity. We'll probably be playing Dead Kings before I head to Syndicate, but then I'll be all caught up and ready to play any other game but this series.
Mr. Freddy Fast Fuck.
You can find me on Twitter at TTSBB1. You can find my YouTube, which is Freddy Fast Fuck, and you can find me on Twitch at TTSBB1, where I'll begin streaming more Ratchet and Clank on PS4 more often.
Mr. Lipple.
Yo, you can find me everywhere. Loople572. I have no other names, because that's all I need.
Wow. Mr. Bagel.
You can find me on YouTube under Moogle Fantasy. You can find me on Twitter under Mog Fantasy. And you can find me on Twitch on MoogleMaster102. Also, I want to plug this because, speaking of charities, I never got a chance to plug this, but tomorrow, I think it's tomorrow, Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, it is. Okay, I was right. So tomorrow is a charity stream that I'm a part of, and my block is on Saturday, and I know that for a fact because I looked at the schedule, and my block is only on Saturday, and I'm going to be playing Pokemon Pinball at 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. You can find that charity stream under NintendoProject.com, and you can also follow the Twitter under Nintendo Project. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Beautiful. I tried to give you the subtle in to talk about
Yeah.
it when we were talking about Child's Play
Yeah.
and stuff, and what you. But that's cool.
Yeah.
All is good. You still got to get it in.
Yeah, it's Pokemon themed, so there's gonna be a lot of the spin-off games being covered, including Pokemon Pinball, which I chose because all the other good ones got kind of taken. So, and I love Pokemon Pinball, so kind of glad I got a chance to get that. But yeah, that'll be being played on at around 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I don't know the other time zones, so probably have to convert that. But yeah, it's going to be on Saturday, and it's going to be over the weekend, the whole weekend. It's going to be starting on Friday, sometime in the afternoon. I'm not too sure. The schedule is on the website itself. You can go look at it yourself, and you'll see when my block is up. So,
Very nice.
there you go.
Be sure to check it out on NintendoProject.com. Mr. Bagel will be lending his talents to a good cause. So definitely check it out. And last but not least, yours truly, Mr. Fred Fox. You can find me on Twitter at TIHYDP, the acronym for This Is How You Do Poll People on Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube, Fred Fox. Just type it in, right? It used to be users / it's Fred Fox, which actually is up and active again. Hey, how about that? And yeah, I'm working on something. I was working on Hotline Miami, but our buddy Null actually finished that up and got that done. So that project got put off, and instead I'm going for a secret project I've been working on for a little while. I might open it up to people because I need some help, but we'll talk about that some other time. I also have my other channel, which I don't know what I'm going to do with that channel now. It's my secondary channel. I think maybe I'll put more gameplay, or I don't know. I still have to figure that out. But that is the animated avatar. So just type in Fred Fox on YouTube, and you can find the two channels. If you're curious, you could also find us right here on the stream, hitbox.tv/Sons of Kojima, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to check this out, if you're on YouTube and you want to see this live, you want to get in the stream chat, you want to fucking be part of the shenanigans, that is how you do it. If you are on the stream and you missed some part, or for some reason you want to watch this whole thing back, you can check out our YouTube, Sons of Kojima. Type that into the search bar. You can find our channel. Don't type in SOK because you'll find some weird fucking, I don't know, it's like something in, I don't know, some Asian country or something. It has some significance. But we are just Sons of Kojima, not SOK, I guess. I don't know, whatever. And last but not least, we love you. Go fuck yourselves. Good night.
Yeah.
See ya.
Later.
Woo!